Yeah, all right.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right.
We're here, man. We made it.
Yeah.
Sunday, Mike, how you doing, man? How's everything in the Chi-Town?
Man, doing all right. Little Chi-Town news. Only took me 10 years. Finally passed the plumbing test.
Hey. Oh, yeah. All right, man. Congrats. Are you a plumber now? Can we still call you the Rodfather? How does that how does that play out?
I'm just licensed, yeah. Motherfuckers, it's $150 to take the test. And then they send you a letter, congratulations, you passed. Detach the bottom of this and mail it in with another $150 for the license.
Right.
Like, what? Bro, this whole test, I'm out $500. You got to buy the copper. You got to buy the fittings for the project. It's insane.
There's got to be a website with some AI somewhere in the dark web where you can get all this stuff for $35. I'm willing to bet there's like a place you can just have it all processed. Yeah, just get the fake. Get the fake, man. Yeah, no, not the real deal.
Yeah. Right. Just hack the Illinois Department of Public Health.
Yeah, so you're a licensed plumber. That means...
Licensed plumber in the city of Chicago.
Do you flash a badge now? Like the FBI? Like, ma'am, I'm with the state of Illinois Plumbers
IDPH.
Association. Yeah, you know. It's got a flashy kind of gold symbol of some sort, right?
Yeah.
No, is that not part of it, or are you in the Masons now? Are you a Freemason? How does this all work?
It's close, yeah.
Or is it the Stone Builders? What was the one Homer Simpson was in? I can't remember.
Stonemasons.
Something like that. Yeah.
No, it just means you're licensed, so you could go and you work on your own.
All right.
You could just pretty much It really matters, like if you go do work in a high rise or something like that, they want to see the license.
You can now capitalize on the Rodfather, though. Right? That could be the business.
I should just start my own business. Huh?
Slap that LLC as soon. What do you do? Do it right now. We'll play a clip, a long one. Doesn't even matter what it is. Sign up for the LLC while we're watching the clip. All right, get yourself on board with the Rodfather. That needs to be your company, right?
I'd have to leave the union.
Oh, right. Well, maybe not such a bad thing. I mean, you rode the coattails of the union to get to where you are now.
The problem is, once you get your license, they say you owe them 5 years of dues.
Like, is this a contract? Is this a contractual thing? Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to stay for 5 years. So I'm kind of stuck. But after those my goal is just ride out the 5 years, save as much money as I can, and then, start my own.
All right.
Non-union shop. There's no way I'd pay union wages. You fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Nobody's worth that much money. To plumb.
Oh, man. Yeah, I hear you. Well, that's some good news. It's nice to start the show off with some good news. I'm happy for you. Happy to hear that. Means that the future is bright, right? Hell yeah. Good stuff. Especially in a day and age now where, man, we're just swimming through a torrent of bad news left and right. Especially, I mean, this
I know
week.
where you're heading with this. I know.
It's shocking.
The start of the WNBA playoffs.
Oh, that's right.
Excuse me?
Of the week.
I didn't even... What?
That really killed my mood this week.
I'm counting down. We're like 3 weeks away from baseball playoffs. WNBA playoffs. That's so funny, man. Yeah, you know what? They shot themselves in the foot by beating the crap out of Caitlin Clark for 3 months. She's out for the season. Nobody cares about the playoffs. That's the big. That's the issue, right?
Yeah.
You should maybe next year. Don't be so racist against Caitlin Clark and beat the crap out of her because she's the face of your league now. Embrace her like the dildo, and then
you know what they need is like a Taylor Swift but reverse. Like who's a male Taylor? Like
No, they're all gay in entertainment, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. You need like Tom Cruise needs to start dating one of these.
Yeah,
Which would be hilarious because he's a 5'7" with a 6-foot basketball. That would be good for us 5'7s. You know?
Inspiration for short guys everywhere, right?
Yeah. Oh, they need to do something like that. Then
I like
show him in the skybox.
Right.
You know, watching his girl.
I was thinking more maybe younger. You could go like Bruno Mars.
Isn't he gay? I just assume gay.
Yeah, I assume they're all gay, even Tom Cruise. That's why he's a...
No, I think Tom Cruise. Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, that's...
That was like 30 years ago.
You don't think through Scientology they set something up there where, you know what I'm saying?
Dude,
you can't be Tom Cruise, the leading man, Maverick, or what is he in?
No, he's not Maverick.
Yeah, sorry,
don't ever insult him like that.
Never even seen the movie. Gun. Actually, Top Gun. That's what...
I think that just was his name, Top Gun.
But was that the character Top Gun in the movie?
It's like his code name or something.
He's not Maverick? I thought he was Maverick.
Gotta be honest, never seen the movie. I
don't think either of us have. Who's the Iceman? It's definitely not Tom Cruise. All I know is Iceman is Val Kilmer. That's all I know.
Oh, good call. Maybe he was Maverick. Good call.
Well,
no. I think Maverick was Ice. Nah, one of us has to watch it.
Was there any important news that happened this week, or should we keep talking about Tom Cruise and Maverick?
What a career. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I thought that's why they called the sequel Maverick.
You know what? I just watched The Substitute. Insane premise to a movie.
Is this a new... I'm not familiar with this. Is this a new movie? Where did this come from?
No, it's old. It's like 20 years old. It's the most insane, like... It was like at the time where there were all these movies like where teachers would come into a bad neighborhood school and like through the power of music teach the
oh yeah
overpower
right
them. But this is just I forgot the dude's name, but
1996.
Yeah, this guy just comes in. He's an ex Vietnam Special Forces guy,
Tom Berenger.
Yes, that he brings in his like other Special Forces guys. One of them is a young Tuco from
Young Tuco. Ernie Hudson's in this movie from the Ghostbusters, man.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of like young guys, like they're young in the movie.
Oddly enough, singer-songwriter Mark Anthony, who used to be married to
he
Jennifer
plays one
Lopez?
of the gangsters. He's like the head gangster.
Oh yeah, Luis Guzman. Yeah,
Guzman. He's
wow.
young in it.
All right.
Oh, it's a crazy movie. But anyway, it's just like Special Forces guys come in and beat the shit out of some high schoolers. It's insane premise.
Wow. And how was it? Good movie? Good times? They don't make them like that anymore, man.
Yeah, great movie, man. It's from 20 years ago. All those movies were better than anything they made today.
Back when they did like Gangster's Paradise, there's Tom Berenger. He was he was a big deal back in those days.
Yeah, it's a crazy movie, though.
Yeah, all right, man. Very nice. Well, Mike, I think we got to dive into it. We can't really beat around the bush too much. We only do the weekly show now, so it's kind of a lot of information coming out all the time, even as we speak. And I think we can all agree that it's heavy on all our minds, the shocking news about Charlie. And I think we should let's just dive into it, and we'll see what we could pick apart here on the whole story.
Charlie Sheen is speaking out about his sexual encounters with men for the first time. As the 2.5 Men Alone's life is re-examined.
No, production crew, no. No, guys, wrong Charlie, guys.
You know who the real victim this week? You know who the real victim this week was? Kamala Harris. Releases your book the same week as Charlie Sheen, and then Charlie Kirk gets shot.
Dude, you're psycho. I wrote that. The victim of the week is Charlie Sheen. He planned this for months. He wrote the tell-all book. He has the Netflix, movie special. He went on Joe Rogan. He was on Bill Maher. He was on every freaking TV show this week. And sure enough, I could just see Charlie Sheen too in the lead up to this book deal and everything coming out, he's like, oh man, this is gonna be great. I've been out of the news for 10 years. People will be they'll type in CHA and Charlie Sheen will just immediately flash onto the Google search bar, right? Immediately.
This is the deal with the devil. You will live the life.
Yes, dude.
That will write the craziest story. And nobody will care.
No one will care. You'll be the last Charlie anyone will be thinking about on Earth the week you release your book, man.
What are the chances,
yes, dude? What? Seriously? I chalk this up to Carmelo with a C, Anthony, retiring in Hall of Fame.
Somewhere there's a bar with Carmelo Anthony and Charlie Sheen.
They're having a hard drink together, yeah.
What are the odds?
Dude, no, it was literally Friday night, man. I watched Bill Maher and I saw him trot out Charlie Sheen. I'm like, oh, poor guy. Only because the only reason his Joe Rogan interview went viral was because that's when Joe Rogan found out about Charlie Kirk, and that's the only thing that went viral. Like, you know, Charlie Sheen and his PR guy and his agent, they're like, oh, you're gonna go on Joe Rogan. He's the biggest name in the industry, man. Everyone will be
talk about how you fucked a couple dudes. It's gonna go.
That's all people will talk about.
Nobody cared.
Yeah. Not only does nobody care if you're gay nowadays, but also, man, what a bad week to be a different Charlie, man. Ain't nobody Googling you this week, man. I hate to break it to you.
His next book is going to be, they now call me Chuck. I go by Chuck these days.
And then, of course, that'll be the week that there'll be a huge molesting expose that breaks out from Chuck E. Cheese restaurants nationwide, right? Oh, yeah, you can't catch a break, Charlie Sheen. I'm sorry, man.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
Oh, man. Well, if you were living under a bush, in all seriousness, holy cow, what a shocking and traumatic moment in time for all of us.
Man.
I gotta say... Everybody saw the video, man. Wow. Brutal.
Man. I was like, right away I knew he was dead.
Oh, yeah.
That shot is, the blood coming out. Is
for me,
whoa.
You know me, Mike. First of all, I was like,
ooh.
Crisis actor. It's not even Charlie Sheen, actually. They put in a dummy, you know, it's a whole thing. Yeah. Oh, wow. No, totally nuts. The reaction, man, may be more disturbing than the actual imagery that unfolded online from this video. I couldn't believe just both in social media and in the flesh what I experienced. People gleefully celebrating this whole thing and just, oh my God, man, the video itself. A couple things on Charlie Sheen, or Charlie Kirk. Now I'm focused on Charlie Sheen. Couple things on Charlie Kirk that I had no idea, which is, number one, I had no clue that he was so widely beloved and admired by young men, 15 to 25, 15 to 30. I actually had no idea. Dude,
quite an audience.
He's really respected and admired by young fellas out there. Nationwide, it's a spectacular phenomenon that I just wasn't aware of, and so I had no idea like how deeply affected all these young fellas were by this. This is kind of their 9/11 in a lot of ways, you know. I dude, Mike, if you held a gun to my head and gave me 8 chances, I wouldn't be able to tell you the day of the week January 6th happened on. Do you know what I'm saying? I still, just shoot me. I can't tell you. I have no idea what day Jan 6th happened on. But I think a lot of people are going to remember exactly where they were when they either saw the footage or found out about Charlie Kirk. It's going to be...
I don't know. I don't think
it's that big
of a...
For the young fellas, I think this is a very important moment for what I'm seeing.
It's not like world changing. It's a big deal. It's crazy. exposed vulnerability that, a lot of especially the young people, like if you don't remember 9/11 because you're not old enough or whatever, you do kind of feel like we're untouchable. You know what I mean?
Good call.
And like this stuff doesn't happen in our country, and so it is kind of like. And then the Trump thing, you could kind of brush it off because he didn't really get hit. So it's kind of like
according to
really
Rosie O'Donnell, he's
like
got it was a fake ear that exploded.
Fake ear. I know it was a setup. Yeah, they just the guy died.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's a shock at the vulnerability, but I don't know. 9/11 like changed everything. It was never forget because for the last 25 years you just kept getting reminded every time you went to the airport had to take off your shoes. Now you have to go get your real ID. It's like 9/11 had day-to-day
We had the Patriot Act, which was the removal of many of our freedoms that we suffer to this day. We've yet to see what will unfold from this Charlie Kirk shooting. Maybe there are some freedoms that we didn't think would possibly be taken from us that could be in the aftermath of this. We just haven't seen it fall out just quite yet. So,
you think this guy was
okay? So here's where I wanted to go with this because you know me, I love everything. So when it comes to the nut jobbery and the conspiracy theories, but this Charlie Kirk thing is really wild. When it unfolded, you had the Brohim who turned around and like celebrated to the roof. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah. There's all this footage of the two security guys behind Charlie who are doing all these like Alpha Foxtrot Tango, maneuvers. You know what I'm saying? And they're like doing the nose, and so people are claiming, those are Mossad agents, and then there was like an LG BLT sandwich parade going on one of the rooftops while this was happening. So my second point, the first one that I made earlier, which was I didn't know how beloved he was with young fellas. Conversely, I had no idea how hated and reviled he was by the LG BLT sandwich community. Literally, I was in the dark on this. These people wanted to murder him so badly that they went on social media and celebrated his murder. And now they're all getting fired from their jobs, which...
Because you couldn't beat him. That's the worst part, is you just couldn't beat him in the debate, so you kill him.
The genius of Charlie Kirk and his you could throw Alex Jones into this group and dudes like Adam Carolla, people who decide, I'm going to create my own platform. And when they do that, the cancel culture crowd cannot cast these folks out to the cornfield and cancel them because they got their own thing. They have their own world. And so they're impervious from the bullshit and never have to apologize, and they can say what they want, or at least you used to. Now you get shot in the throat for saying what you want, apparently. That's the response, though.
From what was it, like 400
200 yards.
Dude,
and
crazy.
I watched a lot
yards.
of... Yeah, and apparently this kid, conservative family, they were versed in gun usage, and he apparently was a great long shot. This whole story is really hilarious because we live in this rapid information age, and now everybody's a conspiracy theorist on both sides, which is insane.
On both sides.
And so the true story of what happened with Charlie Kirk is somewhere in the middle of this insane spectrum. And on one side, dude, you have the official story, right? Which is radical, gay, tranny-loving, leftist extremist guy, which is crazy.
Right.
But then the tinfoil hat nutjobs are like, oh, that's not crazy enough. It was Mossad, CIA, and the Freemasons, and the hidden hand of the Illuminati, and they're pulling the strings to do World War III and usher in the New World Order.
I mean, the guy's been out there for 10 years talking about trannies. Nobody shot him, and then like literally 2 weeks of him talking bad about Israel. Bullet in the throat. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, man. I'm not dismissing anything out there. That's what's so crazy about this. I think it lands somewhere in the middle. And I think somewhere in the middle, we can all guarantee MK Ultra is involved in this entire story, right? We can all say, like, yes, this kid was manipulated.
Well, dude, one of the scariest things for me is you really saw how the mainstream news works, because so many people brought up the fact that a right-winger shot those two representatives
Totally
in Minnesota
false,
at their houses. Right? Which is the news they originally reported when it happened, but then the news disappeared. The story disappeared from the news once they realized that guy went after him because they weren't left enough, and they sided with the Republicans on a vote when it came to immigrants. That was, he was a left-wing extremist. And everybody that brought that story up, I just asked them one question: is, do you think if a right-wing MAGA guy killed two Democratic representatives, they would ever drop that story in the news? They would be talking about it every day. There would be vigils.
Yes.
There would be, you know what I mean? That story just disappeared. Why? Because it didn't fit their narrative. And then when you start labeling that guy extreme right, that's why they're getting this statistic like, oh, more violence is from the right. You're labeling everybody
immediately,
right-wing
and then you retract. You know, no.
Okay.
What they do is
the hammer.
Exactly,
guy,
same
Pelosi, thing. He lived in a commune in Berkeley. That is not no fucking way is that guy a right.
David DePappy, Paul Pelosi's gay lover and drug dealer, right? Lovers quarrel. Unbelievable. Total MAGA guy.
Insane.
Right?
MAGA. Yeah, they labeled all these guys right-wing extremists.
What they do is front page news, MAGA extremists. 3 days later, page 50, we're going to retract MAGA extremists.
Yeah.
Actually, he was a Biden supporter and voted for Kamala. Right? That's
worked for the Tim Walz campaign. Remember that guy?
No, the dude who shot those two Congress members in Minnesota claims he was paid to do it by Tim Walz. So,
Tim Walz. Wasn't he the one that worked for that campaign?
Yeah, I think so.
Somebody worked for Tim Walz's
I'm pretty
campaign.
sure.
I'm just saying. Man.
Well, this whole thing went off the rails. So with the nutjob crowd, there was a lot of Masonic imagery. There was a lot of 33. The manhunt, 33 hours to find him. I mean, a lot of people.
Go fuck yourself, dude.
33, baby. Watch out. Hidden hand.
So
yeah, man.
Oh my god.
That's right, dude. I'm just going to blame Bill Gates for the whole thing, to be totally honest. Did you see the... aren't they all? No, so I take it back. So... that was going on. A lot of the 33 numerology and Masonic ideology and imagery people were really big on here. There's also some stuff that came out immediately after where a book was allegedly released on Amazon, the Charlie Kirk shooting that was published the day before, and then New York Times and Washington Post or some other publication, they allegedly published news of Charlie Kirk dying like hours before. So there's a lot of that weird stuff that happens all the time with a lot of these potential false flags, if you will. And that's, if you're going to go down that route, that's the false flag route. The story that they've concocted for this radical, gay, tranny-loving, leftist extremist, sharpshooting lone gunman story is pretty fantastic.
Hold on. I gotta stop you right there. He is not gay. Because he was dating a woman.
Oh, and you know what?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
That's what they keep saying on like all the news. He wasn't gay because he's in a heterosexual relationship with a trans
I saw
woman.
this posted all over X today. It's what is with the left where they end up defending the murderer? They did this with the tranny who shot up the Catholic school. They're like, well, wait, Can we get the pronouns right with this person, please? You're like, wait, fuck the pronouns, man. Same with this gay dude who was banging the tranny. I think we got a gay. And
Frank, he's not gay. He was fucking a woman who was born a man, but now identifies as a woman. Yeah.
All right. I'm glad we got that out of the way. So Lance Twiggs is apparently this transgender individual transitioning from fella to lady. So we have another lady fella involved. So this is lady fella adjacent, tranny adjacent. It took a while for them to really fully admit this, but I guess this Twiggs lady fella is cooperating with the FBI, which is pretty fantastic. So if we're going with the story, right, this is the narrative that they're telling us, that this Tyler Robinson kid, he is pro tranny. That's why he why he went after Charlie Kirk, and I guess we're saying he had like anti. I can't get any proof that he's Antifa. Is this guy an Antifa guy? Or are they trying to remove the Antifa from the story with this dude?
I don't think it matters.
Right. Well,
clearly he was against Charlie Kirk, right? And the things he stood for. It's really crazy. I just don't get... First of all, would this guy really have gotten away with it if his dad didn't turn
probably not. Apparently he loves the furries, and his lady fella girlfriend is a furry fella, and all that. This is just the weirdest story ever, in my opinion. The narrative that we're getting here. He's a straight A student, got the scholarship there. He left behind bullet casings with anti-fascist slogans like "Hey Fascist, catch," Bella Ciao, which I guess is hip with the scene, with the Antifa scene. And then the governor came out and said that it was he was radicalized, I guess. And so leftist ideology is what they're calling it.
I mean, that's crazy to plan that and then go.
I think it's kind of crazy. Yeah,
that's
I think
insane.
it's really.
That's absolutely insane.
I experienced personally quite a bit of shocking hatred. Here's the Tyler Robinson kid. He apparently was in a family, conservative family, Mormons, gun lovers. There he is holding a bazooka. So apparently, not, he's pretty familiar with the weaponry, I guess, right? Hated Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, but why waste your life on this,
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing seems really weird. He had the long gun, shoots Charlie, runs off the roof, doesn't have the gun anymore in the footage. Then he ends up having it again in the forest. He apparently disassembled the gun, put it back together in the forest to drop off for the tranny lover to pick up. And then he, cruised off and went home. Dad turns him in. Apparently, that's the story. I don't know, man. I have a hard time believing the story. I'm going to throw it out there. It's kind of unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable.
It's really crazy. And a part.
Did you see that video of him like running across the roof and then?
Yeah, it doesn't seem right. So
it's just so like
it seems fake.
Like.
That's all I'm going to say. But part of the narrative, which I can kind of get behind, is this idea that the left has been spreading all this hate and vitriol via social media, via legacy media, and it's just been nonstop. Trump is Hitler. His minions are Nazis. This is his Nazi propaganda artist. So obviously, you beat that drum long enough, eventually someone's going to go and take out some Nazis. That's kind of how they view this, allegedly. And,
You know who I love the most is Ilhan Omar.
Yes.
Because every one of these Democrats after this went out there and was like, we need to tone down the rhetoric. It's not us saying a Nazi. I've never even said Nazi. not Ilhan Omar. She just went out there like, yeah, these people are evil. We want to take over this country. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, she's very open about her hatred of America. I think we're all aware of that.
Everybody. Yeah. Let's not stop at Charlie.
That's
Kirk.
right, man. She wants to take out all of Whitey, right? Everybody.
She's really open.
Here's a glimpse, and this is a quick one. This is fantastic. There's a million of these clips out there. That some are 2 minutes, some are 5 minutes, some are 10 minutes long, and they are in-depth, super clips of examples from the left comparing people on the right to Hitler and Nazis.
Let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
This is what kicking the shit out of fascism looks like.
Try to prevent the spread of the lawlessness and the fascist chaos that's been unleashed against us.
So when we say Donald Trump is a fascist, fascism, a huge component of fascism, is uniting racism, bigotry, a form of racist nationalism.
We are now living in a fascist dictatorship.
And we are worried about potential rise of fascism in this country. We're worried about our democracy falling to an authoritarian and potentially fascist form of government.
Not only to roll over to Donald Trump's will, but to roll over our democracy and allow him to take over this country as a fascist dictator.
When fascism isn't just coming, it's already here.
The former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, said, "No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core."
Yeah, man. Hitler, fascist, man. We got to take out the Nazis, bro. Come on.
Frank, they didn't call for this. They didn't call for executions. They meant fight rhetorically,
So that is the narrative, right? That's the story that the FBI, legacy media, they're giving us this was a gay tranny lover, leftist, extremist, socialist, MAGA hating, MAGA loving, terrorist.
I'm seeing a lot of people say that this guy was MAGA.
His dad was. His whole family. They're MAGA Mormon.
Yeah, but that's why they're saying he was MAGA on MAGA. They're trying to claim he was part of this group that didn't think Charlie was right-wing enough.
Yes. Yeah, the Groypers, I believe they're called. Yeah.
Groypers.
Come on, guys. I mean, it's a little pedophilic going on there, you know? Yeah. I don't think I want to be labeled a Groyper, right? Being labeled a Groyper feels like you got to go door to door and tell your neighbors, like, hey, I can't really be standing by the school, and I gotta keep my distance from your kid. I'm a Groyper. Sorry.
Nothing serious.
I was 15 back when this happened. All right, I was a totally different guy back in those days.
What's it supposed to mean?
I believe Nick Fuentes and company, these right-wing incels that are hardcore America First. They're apparently, this is a subsection of America First, MAGA folk that believe MAGA or parts of MAGA have been corrupted by the Israeli lobby, for lack of a better way to say it. Which leads me into the second theory part of Charlie Kirk's situation, and allow me for this one, Mike, because I think I think we're gonna have to prepare ourselves with the tinfoil hats for this one, you know. And I'm just gonna spank. I need like a stamp thing for the video here that just says allegedly, right? That's what
allegedly. Yeah. Just you need a banner across the top. Just scroll.
Allegedly. Yeah. That's kind of what we're gonna go for. The tinfoil hat is here for this moment in time. So allegedly, the other theory, the tinfoil hat theory, is the Mossad, CIA, Masonic, hidden hand Illuminati theory, and that's been getting a lot of steam, particularly because there were a lot of coincidences, I think, that aligned with this shooting. More specifically, the first news agency to report Charlie Kirk was dead was Jerusalem Times. Yeah, that's right. You heard that correct. They were the first. Reuters used them as their quote for the and then inexplicably, like, within 5 minutes, Benjamin Netanyahu was on like CNN and Newsmax, and he's like, "Hey, we're praying for Charlie, and we definitely didn't have anything to do with this. Like, we're busy with the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. We're bombing 5 other countries, by the way, this week. So we got our hands tied over here. In no way whatsoever were we interested in doing anything with old Charlie there, right? So it's just a little weird that Jerusalem Times first to report he's dead, and Benjamin Netanyahu, and I could be wrong, but I think allegedly was the first international diplomat within like 5 minutes of the guy being dead. Like, he was literally on CNN. He's like, our condolences to the family. It didn't have nothing to do with us, eh? Right? This sleazeball, man, is unbelievable. But we support Israel and China. Both are future overlords. We love you. Hiroshima. Yeah.
Please. Yeah,
we
whatever
accept,
you do.
yen and lentils. I don't know what the Jews pay in. Shekels. It's shekels, right?
What do they do? They don't do the cross.
Well, no.
Do they do this?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's how do you pray to Baphomet? I have no idea. I'm not sure how that works. So, these are our future overlords, so we got to treat them right and speak correctly of them. But either way,
right.
It is a little weird that Netanyahu's out there saying, "Hey, before anyone says anything, we had nothing to do with this murder." Like, it's like OJ writing "I didn't do it" before he murdered Nicole Simpson. You know what I'm saying? Like, before she's dead, he releases the book, "Hey, I never did it, eh?" Like, that's basically what Netanyahu did here. So
he's like on CNN, he's like, "We had nothing to do with it, and we just want to make very clear to our other sponsored podcasts, Tim Pool, Ben Shapiro, we had nothing to do. Nothing."
Well, what's eerie is allegedly Charlie Kirk did an interview with Ben Shapiro and kind of said some unsavory opinions about what's going on with Gaza and the warring and all that stuff. And so it is a little weird too that this happens. Ben Shapiro, I think, before the body was even in the casket, was like, "We're gonna pick up the bloody microphone where he dropped it, and we're taking the reins of his entire company." It's like, well, slow down, Mossad. All right, we know what you did here, all right? And then he's on Bill Maher 2 days later. Kind of creepy crazy timing. I'm just throwing it out there, man. This is really kind of. There's a lot of coincidences going on.
We're gonna pick up this bloody mic. Take it to a less anti-Semitic place. We're going to pick up this mic, and guess what? We're going to a more Zionist direction here. It's what Charlie, I'm sure,
we here at the Daily Wire don't question the narrative, and so now we will take over the Turning Point USA.
I'm going to pick up this bloody mic and preach why the Palestinians are garbage and don't deserve to live.
Let me pick up your bloody mic there, old buddy pal. Hey, I was friends with this guy for 15 years. Let me grab that bloody mic from you and
pick up the bloody mic. Take 10 steps back to before we talk shit about Israel. And poor guy. Well, I don't know, man. It seems crazy. Assassinations are always crazy.
It's very crazy. And then, of course, there was an article that came out from a publication or online place that I'm not too familiar with, the Gray Zone. And in that article, it's claimed, and then this guy, Max Blumenthal, he was actually on Tim Dillon's show this weekend when this article came out. Yeah. Did you see any of that? Interview is pretty interesting. But according to this Blumenthal guy, through insiders and friends of Charlie Kirk's, he rejected some multi-million-dollar funding offer from Benjamin Netanyahu earlier in this year, and then later on in time, it's alleged that Charlie was a major kind of whisperer in the ear of Trump to not bomb Iran in the name of Israel. And, allegedly, according to some friends and insiders, Charlie was frightened from some of the quote-unquote aggressive tactics that the pro-Israel donors and fellas associated with Netanyahu were, applying to him and Turning Point USA. And there's a lot of speculation that a huge issue they had was Tucker Carlson, who was going on stage and just like lambasting Israel and what they were doing with the Gaza Strip and the genocide and the starvation, and then just whimsically bombing Lebanon and every other country in the Middle East they bombed everyone this week. I mean, they're just like, Qatar, let's pop a little bomb ski over there.
I know, they killed all those leaders, man. That's crazy.
Probably scores of innocent people as well.
You don't like our deal? No problem. And then we bombed their headquarters in Qatar. Their whole families, dude, like whole bloodlines wiped off, and they're like, it reminds me of the Fifth Element when he shoots the guy, and he's like, anybody else want to negotiate?
Yeah, man. No, it's dude, right on the money. It's kind of what they're basically doing. Like, you have a problem with us? Well, we'll bomb this country, we'll bomb that country, we'll bomb you, and then we're going to shoot that guy in the neck in front of everybody. Don't say anything.
Anybody else want to negotiate? No. Oh, you're ready to sign the deal? Yeah. No, the deal's not going to change. We're just going to go down the line until we get somebody that'll sign.
Well, according to this Blumenthal fella who wrote this article in the Gray Zone, I recommend everyone check it out. It's, like I said, we're living in a spectrum world now, especially when these events unfold. You're either with the narrative that this was some psychotic leftist who bought into the LGBT doctrine and was radicalized, and or he was, a patsy for Mossad and the CIA and some deep state narrative that they're trying to push because maybe Charlie was scratching too close. Blumenthal fellow, though, said some other interesting things on the Dylan interview. I got a snippet of that if you're down to hear it. It's about Trump and his fear of the country we shall not name because we will be kicked off the internet. So let's dig into this one.
Does the President of the United States fear for his life?
Yes. Excuse me?
Wow. He didn't really pause much on that one. He's like, yep. He's feared for his life there.
Yes, I mean, obviously he fears for his life, and I was told that he feared for his life before the 2 assassination attempts, one coming within a millimeter of striking his head. I mean,
allegedly, yeah. Where's Rosie?
Figure.
Rosie O'Donnell thinks it was a prosthetic ear, I believe, is her claim.
He cut himself on his watch as he went down.
Let's not forget about that.
But I mean, just to clarify, he doesn't fear for his life because of Ireland.
I mean, I've been told, yes, that Israel is a major source of concern for Trump. I mean, think about it. What would happen
this is our ally.
If he suspended if he suspended arms to a country that carries out assassinations all across the globe, that specializes in assassinations, that has an entire wing of its intelligence services that conducts assassinations, including with household goods like
yeah,
and services that conducts assassinations, including with household goods like pagers. Would you not be scared? So yes, Trump is scared. And what I learned from this source, who is a Trump insider, someone who talks to who talks to people in the Oval Office, people close to Trump, is that during one of Netanyahu's many visits to the U.S. this year, some figures in his retinue, Israeli agents, placed electronic devices on emergency response Secret Service vehicles. The Secret Service found them and they reported this to the White House. These would be emergency response vehicles that would respond to an incident potentially involving the president.
Yeah, on the vehicles, and allegedly, I don't know if it was in this interview or another one where they talk about how he used someone's bathroom. Netanyahu did.
Yeah,
Was that what it? That's right.
The Prime Minister. I forgot who. Yeah.
All right, man. So Israel running the show, I guess. I was wrong all this time. Like, I don't know what I was thinking we were running the show. Apparently, Netanyahu is the big boss, man. He's the one telling us what to do. Yeah, everything, bro. Man. Unbelievable. Ian Carroll and Candace Owens. I was wrong. You were right, apparently. That's what's going on here.
What's going on with Candace and the...
I think that's why this unfolded, actually. We needed the big distraction. The Macrons are like, we got no proof she's not a man. Send in the Mossad agent to take out this guy. Yeah, Candace has really been out of shape about this whole thing with old Charlie and what have you. So I'm curious what you think, Mike. You believe it's the leftist nut job, or do we got a Secret Service situation on our hands? Is this a... It's hard.
I don't know.
It's hard to tell,
crazy.
Right? I think it's a hard one.
I think it might be a setup. I think it might be a...
I think he's a patsy too. It just doesn't shake out on the other side. And also, I do believe they're really, the powers that be are really intent on getting some sort of civil war stoked or some kind of division. They need us hating each other. The more the Epstein thing drags on, the more it reminds all of us that it's all of us against everybody who went to Epstein Island. I think that's kind of...
Right.
I think, so if it keeps floating in the news, it keeps reminding us, like, hey, it's weird. None of us have an island we get to go to and have a good time. No, it's just this, like, tiny sliver of people, and they're billionaires, and they ruin and control our lives, and then they go to these islands and have orgies and great times, right? So... maybe they're like, we gotta get race war going on, or left versus right, or get the BLT sandwich community just against the rest of them. I don't know. Alex Jones is really big on how they're pushing for a civil war. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but Tony Podesta, he famously game planned or war gamed a scenario in 2020 in the lead up to the 2020 election. It was a think tank run by the Podesta family, and they gamed out a civil war-like scenario where if Trump won by a slim margin, they could get California, Oregon, and Washington to secede from America, elect Biden the president, and then basically start a left versus right civil war. They really, kind of game plan it. So Alex Jones has been saying that's... I don't know. I don't think the blue hairs have it in them, honestly, but no civil war. Okay.
No, there's no
Another
way.
theory out there with all of this, to kind of cap it all around, is the Project Esther theory, which Nick Fuentes is big on, and I've heard a lot of the anti-Semite podcasters out there who are really huge on it. And this is an alleged plan to basically make it illegal in America to make anti-Semitic statements.
Wow.
And so a lot of people think that this might be something that could get us down that avenue, especially with the torrent of people blaming Netanyahu right off the bat for this assassination. They could kind of go into Congress and say, hey, there's a lot of anti-Semitism with the Charlie Kirk thing. We're going to call it the Charlie Kirk bill and make anti-Semitism illegal in America. Right, and then all of a sudden we're the UK and they're dragging us off to jail because of something we tweeted about 4 years ago.
But it's kind of like it already is that. The Jews are literally the only people. COVID and the Jews are the only thing that get you kicked off.
Yeah, good call, dude. You're actually right, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we got it all. This thing's going to play out over the next couple weeks. There's going to be, if they want some sort of divisional conflict between groups of people in America, you're going to see a retaliation of some sort. And it'll be but I don't...
Who are you gonna shoot on?
That's what I'm saying. Bernie? But I'm throwing it out there. If there is a a powers that be kind of thing, if there's the new world order kind of situation and they want to shake up America and the Western society and they want a civil war or some sort of unrest, you're going to see a retaliation. And it'll be MK Ultra nonsense and all this stuff. I haven't eliminated the MK Ultra from this kid. Goes to college, becomes brainwashed, starts dating a trainee, and goes and shoots this guy in the face or in the neck. Maybe there's a little manipulation going on with the video games and the screens. They got the frequency technologies now, so I'm just gonna say this: I'm eliminating nothing from being a possibility with this assassination because we've yet to see what freedoms will be taken away from us. When we see the freedoms taken from us as a result of Charlie Kirk, then you will know who benefited from this, who profits from it, and why they wanted to screw us in what way. So that's what's coming down the line. So keep your eyes open.
What a shot, though.
Yes.
I mean, to be under that kind of pressure.
They claim not a professional shot that any amateur could. Hey, Mark, you're our resident marksman, man. Right?
Yeah, but dude, one shot, you killed him. You got it in the neck. Like
impressive.
You gotta think about the stress and the pressure of the moment. Like you probably didn't sleep good the night before.
You think so?
Or you slept like a baby because you were brainwashed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Hearing all the nut jobs all over TikTok and the lefties, like people like, oh, I've never slept better in my life, knowing that there was blood spilled. Like it's the evil that I heard just coming out of people from this man. Absolutely more shocking. I never thought Trump was one thing. When I heard so many people say like, too bad the bullet missed him, I was like, well, that's pretty sick. I can't believe you're wishing it hit him. But now that a bullet did hit someone and people are like dancing in the street and, making the TikTok videos and songs. And I mean, it's, we live in a sick society right now. The demons revealed themselves when this occurred. I think that's the true nature of everybody's current state of being was revealed in the reaction to this video. I mean, there are the normal, moral, regular people who were disgusted by what they saw, and then there were the complete nut jobs on the other side who can't stop watching it and slept well because they thought this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to the the democracy here.
Saving democracy.
I gotta say though, nobody was celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination more than that DeCarlo black dude in North Carolina who stabbed that Ukrainian chick on the train.
Oh, dude, that was crazy.
Right before Charlie Kirk, though, there was we were 5 seconds from a lynch mob going to the jail where this guy was at.
I know, but dude, that was, and he's out on bail or whatever. Wasn't
14
he out
times. He was out 14. No, now he's in jail. I think he's for sure in jail.
Yeah, now he's in jail. Dude, that is so sad.
It was, dude,
so sad. Did you see the thing that happened in Chicago with the Louis Vuitton?
Oh yeah, so they drove a truck into the Louis Vuitton. If I'm not,
into the Louis Vuitton, they stormed it, and then as they're running away, they killed some dude.
Wow.
Right, but finally, all of them, everybody involved is getting charged with murder.
Fantastic.
I hope they all get locked up. There's seven of them, but all of them, they were past felons. Some of them were on bail with ankle monitors. The one guy, they were saying he was hired by the city to be a peace officer, and he's facing 4 felonies while working as a peace officer.
That's insane. Yes,
absolutely.
Dude. No,
it's the craziest story.
So much crazy shit comes out of Chicago that it just kind of breezes through the news. The Louis Vuitton thing, I was like, wow, they finally just drove a truck into a store now. And, I was like, oh, okay, all right, they're figuring it out. They're thinking,
And that made everybody forget about the Rolex smash and grab that happened.
What do you mean?
Last
it made me forget that 58 people were shot over Labor Day weekend 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? What's going on in Chicago?
Frank, everything's fine in the city. Everything's fine.
No, it's Donald Trump's fault, according to J.B. Pritzker, by the way, Jackass of the Year. Unbelievable. the blood was still drying at the scene, and he's like, well, Charlie Kirk was shot because of Donald Trump and his Republican policy. Like, dude, I know you want to run for president so badly in 2028. Two things can be true.
Bad.
Number one, Trump's not running in 2028. Have you not figured that out yet? He's not running. He's not going to be your opponent.
Yeah, you need to beat Gavin Newsom.
Exactly,
That's who you should be up against.
And number two,
right now,
let the blood dry before you bring politics back into the tragedy, man. Just say the thoughts and prayers, bro. Then do the Trump dance. Come on.
Which I gotta tell you, have you seen Gavin Newsom? That guy's practically running.
It's
as a
unbelievable,
Republican now.
man.
He's like I looked around this state. I realized we need more money. we need more money for police. We need a better citizenship process.
They gotta clean up the homeless.
Yeah, if only the guy who's been governor for 8 years felt that way.
Gavin Newsom took a look around California. He's like, man, this place is a piece of shit. Who's been running this place the last few years? This is terrible.
Who's in charge here? Isn't there anybody that could do something?
Gavin Newsom 2025 is running against Gavin Newsom 2020 this year. It's pretty incredible stuff, actually.
Whoever was running this was an idiot. I'm going to come in and clean it up, guys.
But, dude, isn't this the truth with these Democratic cities? And it goes all the way back to this DeCarlo maniac who has been released 14 times in North Carolina, another Democratic run Charlotte, another Democratic run city, and just stabs this tiny little woman for absolutely no reason. And the bystanders just gawking.
What can you do?
Well, right, there's nothing you can do. I know.
Are you gonna try to stop?
Are you going to be?
You're gonna be another?
Yes,
Daniel Penny?
bro. Psycho.
No.
Say
way.
his name.
I was so happy. Ben Shapiro brought it up on.
Yes. Absolutely.
On Bill Maher. Like, yeah, that's what happens. All of you women, pay attention to your policies. That's what you get. Now men are gonna stand around as your killer just walks.
You want to live
away.
in a world where you've removed toxic masculinity and men like Daniel Penny? There it is. Tiny woman stabbed to death and bleeding in front of gawkers, slack-jawed morons who could do nothing. All right. Number one, we live in a society where you're lucky if there's a Daniel Penny on your train who has some sort of training in combat. You know, if Daniel Penny were on that train, he could have probably triaged or done something to help the girl. You know, something. Yeah,
she was done. It was the same thing with Kirk, man.
It was the throat.
Dude, you get an injury like that, dude, you got like 90 seconds to stop.
Oh, it's crazy.
You're done.
Oh, man. It's nuts that we experienced both of those. The reaction to Kirk, just abhorrent, disgusting. Everybody who celebrated, be ashamed of yourselves. The reaction to this stabbing in North Carolina, absolutely hilarious to me, only because the left decided we're not going to report this, right? And then it boiled over in social media with the right-wing influencers, and eventually they're like, okay, we acquiesce, we have to report this. Yeah. And the imagery is shocking, it's disgusting, it's all that stuff. But then the reaction of the reporting, Mike, I gotta do it. We have a little time. We haven't done them.
Is that is that Brian Stelter?
He's back, baby. Yes, man.
Damn. Got himself a new
Stelter's
tie.
He's getting a tan now, vitamin D. He must not live in Colorado where we have 5 days straight of overcast and chemtrails and geoengineering.
Where you got no sun, but the most sunburned people. That's
I don't know how we pull it off out here, man. We got Stelter here claiming that this whole thing kind of an overreaction and basically MAGA racism.
Right, most murders in the U.S. never become national news. This one's garnered attention for a couple of reasons. Number one, first and foremost, the recent release of that gruesome...
First of all, Mike, there's murders every day. Nobody reports on them. I mean, it's absurd this even made the news. Okay, can we just throw that out there?
There were 50 in Chicago last week.
Who cares, man? It's a major city, baby. We're murdering. All right, come on. Unbelievable.
They don't know how to handle it because it's a black man with a pretty white girl, and he didn't use a gun.
Yes.
So there's literally
dude.
Where do you take it?
No, the cherry on top of this shit story Sunday is that she was a Ukrainian refugee escaping the war they started 4 years ago, dude.
Oh no, that's what pisses me off the most. All you fucking faggots with the Ukrainian flag.
Man.
And not in your stupid profile, and not one of you has anything to say about this
dude, where's Adam Kinzinger at? Slava Ukraine! Where's he at, dude?
Adam who?
Where's Adam with his sleeves that don't fit his arms, man? Bring him out here so he can talk about the Ukrainian refugee wronged by Democrat policy. Revolving door policy where they just let criminals, violent criminals, go in and out, man. Round and round and
yeah, Brian,
round and
that's
round.
the shocking. That's what's shocking is the guy just got out. Why are you letting these people out?
You're a racist, Mike. I'm going to have Brian Stelter tell you how you're racist.
Video. Second, the energy from pro-Trump activists. They picked up on this video from local news and ran with it. It's a little bit like the times when civil rights groups have raised attention about police-involved shootings. In this case, it is Trump-aligned influencers who are posting up a storm about this case on social media. Really,
Did he kind of admit that they publicize and overreact to police shootings of black males? He did just admit that, correct?
He just admitted it on CNN. Crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. You are the people that did
This
that.
is what happens when your pretzel logic makes no fucking sense and you're constantly trying to defend your cockamamie ideas in all these areas. At some point, defending a black guy murdering a white chick for no reason, you have to circle back around and being like, these people are outrageous when they react to cops shooting black kids. Like, you have to do that. That's crazy, man. That is awesome. I love this. Yes, man.
insane.
Brian Stelter, you fool.
The weekend, Elon Musk, Charlie Kirk, other Trump-aligned figures...
Maybe come back.
Stop it, Elon.
Stop it at Elon.
Can we
Dude,
cut that part?
think of the breakneck speed of world events and news, man. This was like 24 hours apart, these clips. It's absolutely nuts this time.
Succeeded in making this senseless death a symbol of big city crime. We heard President Trump asked about it yesterday when he was heading home from New York City. He didn't seem to know much about it. He said he would get briefed, and then today Trump did know all about it. That's exactly what has happened here. This story has trickled up from local news to social media and now to the president's attention, and it's being used, as you said, Brown, as a political symbol, with MAGA media calling for more forceful punishments and more incarceration. I have to say, some of the replies to Musk, some of the comments around this story are baldly racist, stoking fear of African Americans because this man attacked a white woman. The open racism on site.
Bold of Brian to go with bald for the description of the racism, wouldn't you say?
But dude, the racism is justified. This guy even mumbled, "I got that white girl." Like he wanted to kill a white person.
The video is.
That's crazy.
I think what's
racist.
Shocking about it is the guy sitting behind her. She sits down, is looking at her phone, and he just, for absolutely no reason, just stabs this chick to death.
No reason. That's crazy. Well, he's got to.
You absolutely have to be completely insane. Which is why I think we all agree that maybe we can get back to a world where we open up a few mental institutions, get some facilities where we can, instead of having these maniacs and drug addicts roaming the street and doing these things, let's put them in a place where they can be safe from us.
If the cops have to keep arresting you, it means you cannot get along with society. We need to separate you from society.
Oh, man. But again, the revolving door policy, what's going to happen is in more Republican-leaning places, you're going to get these mental institutions. You'll have clean streets and crime-free areas and no homelessness. And then the liberal places are going to double down. That's what's going to happen. It happens every time. Yeah, they have to double down. So, unfortunately, Denver will double down. I guarantee it. Chicago probably will double down. L.A., yeah, it'll get worse. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Before it gets better.
We all said what could be worse than Lori Lightfoot. Then we got Brandon Johnson. Like, they voted.
But he is a Democrat socialist. I mean, he's full on in on socialism, like the Mamdani guy. Absolutely. And they're bringing in Zoran Mamdani. I mean, he's definitely going to win.
Yeah,
he's going to mess up New York, something awful. It'll be fun to watch from afar until that's what Denver turns into, probably 3 years later, I can only imagine.
Detroit's going to be looking great soon.
I think Florida and Texas are looking mighty fine right about now. Maybe Idaho, maybe. Yeah. Well, Mike, it's the fastest hour in the universe. I can't believe I'm saying it. There is no doubt about it. I want to thank everyone for hanging out, enjoying the good times, great oldies. We still have plenty more to get to in the next hour. If you're down, I know you're not that busy on a Sunday, right? No Rodfather action. The licensed man himself.
Although, man, I don't hear anybody talking about climate change this year. This has been the nicest. Bro, we've had weeks of low 70s.
It's been literally overcast here in Denver, literally for 4 days straight.
Bill Gates, whatever you're doing,
he lets the sun come out right when we do the show, and then when the show is done, there's going to be another cloud rolling over.
Right. You're bright red. You're sunburned.
I ain't seen the sun in a week, man.
Too much sun. You have literally too much sun. Your skin can't take it.
We'll be back after this jam from DJ Rodfather. Plenty more to get to. Oh, yeah. All right. Dr. Rodfather. That's right.
Got the doctorates.
I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go. But it's time to turn your love, give it back. And it's time to turn your love, give it back, give it back. Give it back. I don't want you to know. Let's not go to sleep tonight. It's not that it goes too fast, it's just that it goes at all. And it's time to turn your love, give it back. And it's time to turn your love, give it back. And it's time to turn your love, give it back, give it back, give it back, give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Why should I be sad when I'm just you? Why should I be sad? Baby, I'm with you. Why should I be sad when I'm just you? Why should I be sad? Baby, I'm with you. Baby, I'm with you. And it's time to turn your love, give it back. And it's time to turn your love, give it back. And it's time to turn your love, give it back, give it back, give it back, give it back. Give it back, give it back, give it back. Give it back, give it back, give it back. Give it back, give it back, give it back.
Oh, yeah, man. All right. Yeah, soft, smooth, succulent, savory. Yeah,
Take it easy. 3/4.
Yeah, 3/4,
Jesus.
folks. Don't forget. Don't ever forget, man. Yeah.
Hey, I gotta tell you though, man, great. This is probably the best time of the year because it's taffy apple
Wow. Yeah.
season. Apple season coming up.
Absolutely, man. I love apple season, actually. Taffy apple, dude, that's the sugar rush of sugar rushes, man. Especially the
best.
sprinkles on
Oh,
there.
it's like,
Oh,
ooh.
man.
Dude, you go to Mariano's, they got the whole peanuts. Like
I love
the crushed
the
not
peanuts.
the crushed peanuts. It's like
That's the
half
best one,
peanuts,
right?
You know. No, I like to have the peanut halves.
Right. Yeah.
Not like the crushed.
You're going chunkers on there. Yeah.
Chunks, dude. They make them right there. You like watch them dip them.
No way.
Dude, they dip 'em.
Yeah.
Oh, and they get like a real thick layer of caramel.
Damn. Oh, they do.
You could get different.
What are the
dips?
dips? I always just thought caramel was the. I
Yeah,
know.
sure. They got the caramel. They got the candy.
You know,
dip,
75% of
whatever it
America's
is.
obese. I'm just gonna throw this out there.
Oh yeah, diabetic. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get that Ozempic. You know.
Yeah, man. You and Lizzo, right? Did you see Lizzo back in the news? Everybody freaking out that she's looking fabulous.
Looks healthier.
Yeah,
looks
man.
happier.
She's looking fabulous now. She was stepping out, and
I love how Ozempic killed the fat movement. That's so
there's Lizzo
funny.
looking big and beautiful.
Still a little bigger, but still beautiful.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, she's a large woman. You know, it's okay that we have large people in society. That's also a thing, right? Yeah, you know, not everyone has to be slim and trim.
Dude, it used to be a choice. You could either date a skinny girl or a girl with personality. But now they're just all bitches.
Well, now, man, I mean, have you seen the plastic surgery? It's pretty unbelievable. Like, did you see Kelly Osbourne?
Oh, that one is no, but the Kardashian.
Yes, Jenner.
Jenner, dude. They did this like montage of her through the years, and she like hit 50 years old and then started getting younger.
It's really crazy.
It's crazy.
It's incredible.
She looks like Kim. All of them are.
They all look identical now, and I was reading how the process has just been perfected. So I guess the left is her. Yeah,
Look at that.
She's de-aged.
That's fucking Jigsaw on the left, and then
Wow.
and then she goes, "Wow, yeah, look at that, right?" Michael
It
Jackson
is
on the
amazing
right.
how you can get really bad plastic surgery, like on the left, and then on the right you can 10 years later, 15 years later, get it redone. It's not. I mean,
or is that just better at photo editing?
no, I think they're just completely replacing their faces, full on, man. I mean, just what. I
whole
think you
thing.
have the technology now, and they're doing what I was reading about is this micro nipping and tucking, where and they're
That's
like
what I heard
tweaking.
about, yeah.
Ah, man, I don't know. I used to be like, why mess with God and nature and all that stuff? But now, you know, Putin and Xi, they're talking about us living to 150. Maybe do some tweaking around 80 because you're going to look really rough around 120, you know?
Oh, good call. Yeah, if you want to be 150,
so these
you have
elites,
to.
dude, I think
Good
the
call.
aging
Good call.
technology is there. We're there, and they know that AI is going to wipe out most of us, and we're mostly infertile now anyway, so they're just not hiding it anymore. And so the Jenners and everybody, they're like, fuck it, I'm going to look 30 now because I'm going to live to 150. None of you will, but you're going to be amazed at how good I look when I'm 100 years old. But you'll all be dead. Your kids will see me at 150 still looking fabulous.
Well, your kids will be my
Yes,
slaves.
yeah.
And they will be in awe
How
of
beautiful
how
I
beautiful I look at 140. your kids and your
Exactly,
grandkids.
man. So I think that's kind of what's being unveiled to us now. Like 80% of us took the vaccine, right? So we're all dying. So the 20% of us left that will be slaves, they're just revealing what's going to happen.
Dude, that's why they did the vaccine. They need like 20-year-olds to die of heart attacks so then they can take their trips.
Dude.
I need that young skin.
That's a lot of foreskin you can accumulate in one mass song, right?
I need that face
Yeah,
skin.
man. Maybe they're just taking faces off of kids and putting it on theirs. What is that? Silence of the Lambs, man. Yeah. That is creepy. I think we're in weird times now, but I do think it's part of the whole we're defying the aging process. We're gearing up to live forever, right? So
I didn't even think about that because you gotta start when your skin still looks okay. You can't start trying to look better at 80, right? You got to start at 40 and then maintain to 100.
Or we're cloning, and we're just making young. And maybe they're just cloning people, you know.
Like when Xi and Putin are talking about organ harvesting, they're not going to like some peasant farmer who's got like lice and parasites. No. Give me that liver. No. They have a clone that's been raised in a sterile
Absolutely. That's all I could take from that is all these elites have their clones. There's probably a company out there, I would imagine.
You know what I would do is I'd be like, all right, let's do 12 a year. And every year you have those 12 battle it out to the death. Strongest one survives.
That's
till there's one standing, and then we'll keep him for if I need his organs.
Perfect, man. That's the best organs.
Right?
Yeah,
exactly. The strongest, best. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The reason the Epstein stuff is so fantastical is because there is a lot of information about him that doesn't get a lot of press, which is his ranch, Zorro Ranch in New Mexico, and the fact that Epstein was a fanatic about geneticism and genetics. And a lot of people claim that the Zorro Ranch in New Mexico is a cloning ranch. And that's the real kind of conspiracy with Epstein. And maybe even they're cloning maybe even kids, right? And then you can have your fun with the clones. You can do whatever you want with these clones, man.
No, you can't fuck me, but I got a 12-year-old clone of me.
Do what you will.
Yeah.
And don't worry, we got more versions of them, right? I'll just clone another one.
Wow.
I mean, imagine an elitist society kind of like in a Westworld kind of thing, right? Westworld,
but with clones.
The elites go there and they can rape and murder and fulfill any of their twisted, sick fantasies on these clones, robotic clones. But what would be better than robotic clones? Human clones, the real thing where you can really get the taste for the bloodlusting and all that, So, maybe Hillary and company, they're like, I'm a reptilian, I need to drink this real human blood, so let's clone some humans and I can vacation at this spot. And me and Huma, we can eat some human clones.
I don't care what Bill Gates says. This bug brain, nowhere near human brain. It doesn't. You can make it look like it all you want. It doesn't taste the same. I want to smell that.
Yes,
burning brain
exactly,
matter.
man.
The crunchy edges on the pan. It's,
Hillary and Huma, they love the real deal human, man. That's how they roll.
You gotta have it.
So that's where the cloning stuff, I think, can maybe seem a little bit more realistic, only because there's no way they figured out cloning back in the 90s and they're like, yo, this is really immoral. Let's not do this anymore.
I love the story.
At what point in history was the government like, guys, this is really immoral. Let's pull the brakes on this one, all right? Let's hold back. Let's do the right thing here.
We invented a nuclear bomb and we held onto it for like 30.2 seconds before we dropped it on a fucking city in Japan.
Yeah, man.
Literally, we can't wait to use this. Yeah. No, there's no way we're just stopping.
Oh man, no way. Absolutely not. So I can see that's where it, and I like the organ harvesting for lifelong living, for longevity. I think I could see that. But we're living in crucial times right now, and I don't want to waste our time because there's so much to talk about. Important, pressing issues really hammering at our society, Mike. And I want to get down on something that you and I discussed about a week ago, and a bit of a prediction of mine that has come to fruition. And I got to say, it's unfortunate we only have, a handful of daily listeners. If only Roger Goodell of the NFL would listen to the Dude Man podcast, because then he would have been able to prevent the inevitable, which was, of course, green sex toys thrown on the field at 2 NFL games after copycat incidents at the WNBA matchups. Yeah, that's right, NFL. I told you this was going to happen. You're putting out a crappy product. People are pissed off that they're getting commercials during the red zone. You're declaring, you're doing the lift all farts and sing to open up the games before the national anthem. You could have avoided all of this if on the Thursday night first game of the year, you brought out 3 players from the WNBA, put them on the 50-yard line, and let everybody throw green dildos at them.
I do love it though how you've been telling them people for years, like, hey man, the NFL admitted they're just an entertainment company. Like, it's not even it's a shitty product. It's not even like real sport anymore. Everybody's like, no, I love it, whatever. And then the minute you put commercials on the red zone, everybody now is like, this whole thing just kind of seems like it's a big money scheme. That was literally the only thing that could bring down the NFL.
Yes.
They did it. You know what I mean? It was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Now you're commercializing red zone. We're done. It was the final.
Yeah. And I just love it. Of course, if there's a protest, there's a green dildo now. That's the world we're living in now.
I love it.
Me
I'm
too.
all for it. Every game,
yes.
Green dildos being tossed.
I looked it up though.
Players.
I looked it up, and I want to remind everybody right now. We are in September. We're heading into October very soon. We are 3 weeks left into a 162 game season that starts in March for the MLB. Not one dildo thrown onto the field for the Major League Baseball. All right? And my point...
Good
dude,
product.
You're psycho, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. MLB heard the complaints of the fans a couple years ago, and they decided, all right, well, we're going to put in the pitch clock. We're going to speed up the games. 2 hours. You're getting a solid product. And why is it
I don't like the clock. I'm against it. After going to that Cubs
it's too
game,
fast.
I'm against it.
It is.
It's too
it
fast.
is.
Too fast.
But
if I'm going to a game, that's my whole
But
day.
you're entertained, and the action is moving now, and there's no downtime. Whereas, go to a football game, you got 4 seconds of gameplay, 3 minutes of commercials. The guys are standing around scratching their ass, and then, we got a technicality. We're going to go review the footage for another 3 minutes. Another commercial break, Jim. So,
dude,
you know what? You're getting dildos on the field, man, because there's no action.
Good. Because you also paid $1,000 for nosebleed seats. Like, it's the price.
Exactly. $15 a beer, and there's no action. Okay, we're throwing the dildos. Same thing. WNBA, which I never watched, so I can only assume it's like a worse version than the NBA, which is 10 seconds of action, then LeBron stubs his toe, lands on the floor, cries like a baby for 3 minutes, and rolls around, and then, then he goes and shoots a free throw, but then his whole routine for the free throw's got to spin the ball 3 times, then he's got to kiss the air, and then just salute Allah, and do all this stuff. It's like, okay, fine, you know what? You're getting the green dildo onto the court. Yeah, give me the dildo, man.
NBA, WNBA. So funny that we were at the morning breakfast today. And Frank was talking about a buddy that had
all right,
and how like he was trying to give them away for the
can't
Monday
even
night
give them
game.
away.
Well, it's so funny. We were all laughing because he talked about how like now everybody's in their late 30s, 40s, and so like he tried to give them away to friends and nobody wanted it because I'm not going to go to a Monday night game. I got to wake up at 4 a.m. the next morning to go to work. No way. I'm not going to a fucking football game downtown. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. and he ended up selling them for $500.
Oh, damn! All right,
which is crazy. But we just thought it was funny how like everybody around the table was like, "No way! I'm not going to a Monday night game. I'm not going. I talked about it here. I'm not going to Adam Carolla because it's a Wednesday at 9:30. I gotta wake. By the time that show's over, I got 4 hours before I gotta.
Oh, you're old, man. That's old age. And Chicago. It depends on your proximity, and you know what I mean. The traveling, if you got to sit through traffic, or you know what I'm saying, and it's just you want to
hour in, hour out.
You want to drink or have a good time for those occasions too, and then if you got to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning the next day, it's really not going to happen. I got to say, I got invited for the Bears Monday night game to go to a Bears bar, and we went there to watch the game. And we got home also kind of late because the bar was a little bit a ways away, and I felt like crap the next day. And I don't even like football. It's crazy that I went there, but it was fun. It was fun to hang out.
I hate football, dude. I hate football because I didn't even know it started.
Right.
Like, I didn't even know it was going on Monday night, but Tuesday I go to work, and every fucking asshole in Chicago. What about that game? That Caleb guy?
You got it. You know. Yeah.
Yeah. That Caleb. I didn't even see the game. I don't know anybody who's playing. It's so fucking annoying. How did they drop it at the end? I don't know. It's the Bears.
This is why I love going out to the bar, especially a Bears bar, or where there's a congregation of Bears fans, game one of the NFL season, because every year starts the exact same way. First drive of the season for the Bears, touchdown. We're winning the Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, unstoppable.
Undefeated.
If we could just keep this
85 Bears with a better quarterback, bro. I mean, come on. What are we talking about here? Immediately, first drive, touchdown. It's season's over. Packers pack it up. Don't even think about it, Lions. The Bears are taking it all the way. And then the Bears proceed to completely dump their pants the entire rest of the game. And they lose.
Reality sets
and then
it.
you just kind of scan the bar and just watch all the somber Bears fans just sinking their depression into their beers slowly as the night rolls on. And they order more chicken wings and fried chicken tenders and the mozzarella sticks.
They're sitting around the table this morning talking about how, no, Chicago sports, we've had some good teams, and then they're naming some Sox players. From the 90s. they're Bears players from the 80s. I'm like, dude, you guys can't name a player this millennia. That fucking...
No, football's a terrible product. That's the problem right now in general. Yeah. I mean, when I was at the bar, being at the bar, you can handle it because you're not even watching the game most of the time. And in fact, the way football works is you get the 4 seconds of actual gameplay, and they replay that 4 seconds 5 different times from 6 different angles. Right. And then you get the sky cam, and the drone cam. And so, you get this, you never need to...
Get some old quarterback talking about it.
Exactly. So you're just sitting there having a beer, chatting, and then you hear people cheer, and you're, oh, what happened? And then you get to see the play 5 different times again, so it doesn't even matter. You don't need to watch the game, but that's how bad the product is. There's not enough action happening, and so you're getting the green dildos. So here's my prediction for the NBA and NHL that start next month, which is I guarantee NBA first game, green dildo. It's going to guarantee you're getting a green dildo on the court. NHL, I guarantee they have green dildo night. Everyone brings their green dildos and they chuck them onto the ice because that's how the NHL rolls, man. That's how they do it, baby. Oh, man.
I'm all for it, man. Demand better out of these people. You know what I mean? And all you people that still watch the games and buy the merch,
it's expensive, man.
Stop giving them money, man.
I'll probably make my way to a Nuggets basketball game this winter. It's fun when there's nothing to do when it's cold outside. Football games, though, shitty weather, no action. You're getting ripped off left to right, and
now you got dudes and fucking skirts.
And that's right. Now and then you got to do the black national anthem before you do the real national anthem.
But again, they literally put it's all white people that are watching, and they put end racism in the end zones. They bring in dude cheerleaders, right? It's even then the rich white men who support this are like, all right, whatever, I'm still gonna watch it. And then you put commercials in the red zone, and they're like, no, that, my friend, is the bridge too far. As long as I had my red zone,
That's my favorite part, dude. The commercials, and it's not even. I think it's a full throughout the day. It's gonna be like 30 total seconds of commercials or something. It's so insane.
But that's how it starts. That's just how it starts. It's always how it starts,
dude.
And then
Emma
it grows.
loves this show. It's always murders in the building with Steve Martin and Martin Short, and it's been on for 5 seasons. This is the 5th season. And she loves it. It's a funny, quirky murder mystery show. It is very funny and entertaining. I've caught several episodes, and it's been on Hulu all these years, except this year, because Disney a month ago absorbed Hulu, and Hulu does not exist anymore. So it's on Disney Plus now. So we log into Disney Plus so Emma could watch this show of hers that she loves. There's 5 commercials before... on a paid subscription service.
Yes. And then they're kind enough to give you the counter in the top, and it's like
that's what I'm saying. It's almost more under.
I thought you not only did you charge me, you raised the price every year. I'm up to like $20.
Yes.
I cut the cable to save money. I'm spending more than I ever.
I'm like complaining about it to Emma. I'm like, don't we pay for the subscription to not have the commercials? That was the original concept.
Yeah, no, Frank, you see,
dude, that's what I was saying.
No, the premium is so that we don't interrupt your show with commercials, but you got to watch 4 minutes.
Dude, she's like, oh, it's a different tier. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? There's a tier.
Yeah, that's the platinum tier. If you want the platinum tier, now you only watch.
Oh man, they got us by the freaking balls, dude. These assholes, man.
Yeah, they got you.
You know, you can't say anything about the Jews or China, but you know what? Fuck Disney, man. I'm throwing that out there, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Now I can't. Now I have to cancel all my college campus tours. I can't believe it. Now that I said that, it's unbelievable. It's too soon for that. Kind of a joke, or
well, that and I'm not allowed with it.
That's right. Yeah.
But that's besides the point.
No! 3/4, people. I drive a Subaru.
Besides the point. I didn't understand what maps mean.
Oh man. Well, it's gonna be a rough week, I believe, for Big Pharma, and especially for.
Oh, is this the week?
I think this is the week. I'm almost certain that RFK is gonna.
I love his strategy. It's the old trick the parent plays on the kid, where they're like, "I know what you did," and then you let the kid tell on himself. Because he's literally like, "Listen, we're gonna release what they did in September." And then for 3 months, you had all these pharmaceutical companies with guys coming out like, "We think he's going to talk about the aluminum. He could be talking about the mercury.
It's in the Tylenol. It's actually in the Advil. It's in all of it. It's actually in all of it. We're poisoning you with everything."
And then he's going to come out on stage and be like, "We had nothing, but they just admitted."
Dude, great call, man.
Gotcha.
Yes. I love where your head is at. He's just making them sweat.
We had nothing, but now we're going to be looking at the aluminum, the mercury, the SV40, everything that they said over the last 3 months. We're not
well, to kick things off, we dabbled in it last week, and apparently Rand Paul is dropping more stuff this week with Fauci and the COVID vaccines and COVID.
Shit or get off the pot, Rand Paul.
He did drop a turd, actually, a Fauci turd, finally, which is very exciting. According to what is being revealed, Fauci is being called back to Congress after that's right. After newly uncovered emails revealed that Fauci repeatedly asked colleagues to delete sensitive government messages during the COVID discussions. The revelations stem from a 2020 email and from both February and July, where Fauci tells one employee or fella that he works with to delete the email once you've read it. And then another one where he specifically says to Francis Collins, please delete this email before you've read it. And Mike, he brought the receipts, which is freaking awesome. No news stories about this. I want to remind everybody.
Oh, you'll never hear. Yeah,
absolutely no news about
nobody
this.
Wants to know.
But here's the actual email from Tony Fauci, which is just so spectacular that, like I said, they're bringing the receipts here. And on this email, up at the top from Tony Fauci to Greg Folkers, Monday, July 20th, 2020. And they're talking about Rand Paul in this correspondence. And they're basically discussing in here how they need to be able to explain away the difference in the death numbers from COVID in New York versus Florida. And at the bottom, highlighted with the red line, you could see, and so please delete this email after you have read it. Thanks, ASF, Anthony, Tony, Fauci, the one, the only.
Well, to be fair to Tony, he thought you might
That's
take
right.
it the wrong way.
Yeah. You don't want to misinterpret that, right?
He understands.
Not
you
to
guys
be
are stupid.
outdone, there's another email that Rand Paul released along with this whole thing, which is from earlier in the year before any of the lockdowns. This is Sunday, February 2nd, 2020. Tony Fauci to Francis Collins, and they're discussing some game planning on how to kind of approach the information regards to COVID, and they include, you can see Tedros, who runs the, I think he's the World Health Organization fella, and of course, once again, within the email, please delete this email after you have read it. One Tony Fauci. So we got some proof, and so they are calling Fauci back to Congress to testify, and according to Rand Paul, he's been saying that with this new email evidence, Fauci clearly ordered the NIH staff to delete federal records on the origins of COVID, and he directly contradicted his past congressional testimony denying any of those actions occurred, and he's claiming that Fauci directly interfered with Freedom of Information requests. So...
And the worst news for Dr. Fauci, his pardon might be...
Yeah, because of the auto pen.
Because of the auto pen.
Yeah.
Did you see that news that came out? The only pardon that was actually signed
It was Hunter Biden, if I'm not mistaken. That's
Hunter
right.
Biden. That was
the smartest
only
man
one.
he knows.
So every other... Got a pardon the
That's
smartest
why
man
Hunter's
he
doing all
knows.
those interviews. He's like, crack cocaine better than alcohol. What are you talking about? I was smoking it all the time, man. Dude.
Allegedly, is it better? Maybe. That's
Probably, right?
Probably.
But that explains why he's out there looking real relaxed, feeling really good, doing
Loving
3-hour
life.
interviews, saying whatever he wants about smoking crack cocaine, man.
What, that Cadillac? Yeah, buddy, with Ukrainian money. What are you gonna do?
It was 13 years ago. Bada bing, baby!
No
That's
auto
right,
pen
dude.
on me.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. He's the only one strutting his stuff post-pardon, man, because his was legitimately signed.
Oh, man. No auto pen for him.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Well, so that... Look,
so
crack cocaine,
So
is
all
it
those
better than
art
alcohol?
sales,
Yeah, man, probably.
Probably. I love that. I love how he posed that question
Yeah,
to
no.
himself and then answered with a probably.
Don't answer my question. I'm going to answer for you. It's definitely better than alcohol.
Probably. I love it.
Oh, man. So bad
funny.
news for Fauci.
You see, Charlie Sheen wrote that he smoked crack for the first time while.
I
getting a
did, yeah.
blowjob.
Sounds awesome.
Nobody. I don't know if you know this. Nobody cares because another Charlie got.
That's
shot.
right. Yeah,
We're-
sorry, Charlie.
No,
Dude.
nobody cares.
Man, what's really crazy about the Charlie Sheen thing, actually, is that he's come out and admitted that he's gotten down with the homosexual action and, getting down and dirty with the fellas. I believe they call it men who have sex with other men, if I understand the terminology. But what's really kind of gross and messed up about him coming out and admitting it is about 5 to 10 years ago, somewhere in that time frame, Corey Feldman came out, and I think he wrote about it in a book or he did a documentary series, but he explicitly claimed, allegedly, that Charlie Sheen anally accosted Corey Haim on the movie set of Lucas back in the 80s. And it's an alleged claim. I think Charlie denies it, but it is a little weird that he was like, no, I'm a straight guy. I like crack cocaine and blowjobs like 10 years ago. And now he's like, actually, I was diddling with the boys too, you know? Yeah,
I did fuck a couple dudes. Yeah,
and then on Bill...
well, you know what they say? You know what you call a straight guy with HIV?
Right.
He's gay.
Yeah, man. Good call on that one. Absolutely. Yeah. So that makes it a little kind of creepier and gross that Charlie now is like, oh, yeah, you know, I did kind of get down with the fellas a little bit there. He did say on Bill Maher's show, though, I noticed he made a very clear stipulation that he didn't do any of the butt stuff. I know. That's what I'm saying.
And Bill Clinton did it in hell. Right. Yeah, okay, you know what I mean? We know. You definitely did, buddy. You definitely did. Come on, it's all right. I'm not even mad at you. All the rock stars.
Absolutely.
I think you're fucking everybody, right? You get to a point where you fucked all the girls.
It's unfortunate they didn't do the interview on Club Random because Bill Maher would have been like, "I'm a butt guy too." Actually, it's funny that you bring that up.
Yeah. I've always felt the butt.
That's right.
Why? Who needs the boobs?
I'm an ass man myself. Charlie, don't worry.
Something about the butthole.
I admire a prime chocolate starfish just like yourself there, Charlie.
The people agree. Nobody wants the boobs. It's all about the people.
Oh, man, so bad news for Fauci, bad news for the NIH, and I assume a lot of people associated Francis Collins. I think Deborah Birx is going to get roped into this. You know, I don't think we're going to get a Nuremberg trial, but it does sound like Fauci specifically, and probably some of these other numbskulls who were high on their own hubris and believing they were untouchable at this time, going and testifying and clearly lying in front of Congress. I think they're going to be held accountable for the lying at the very least, which is really excellent. I think we can all get down with that. But they're also trying to get ahead of what is really coming out this week, which we've been kind of hyping up for a while now. And this is the Maha movement. And right here we have what's a snippet, or, I guess a taste, if you will, of what they claim will be coming out via RFK Jr.
A new salvo tonight in the fight over who should get COVID vaccines this year. A source confirming to NBC News that FDA officials will present data they claim links 25 deaths of children to the COVID vaccine.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Holy cow.
And none of them ever had any risk from COVID.
Folks, this is what they're willing to admit right now before the information comes out. This is them trying to get ahead of the bad. Yeah, dude. And they're saying, yeah, we killed 25 kids. All right, that's what they're admitting.
Right, because next week it's gonna be like, did we say 25?
That's right. Yeah, sorry. Yep. That's right.
5,200.
And they're not talking about the myocarditis or the strokes or the the disabilities. The disabilities have skyrocketed through all age groups from this vaccine. But 25 kids died. Man, the first kid, they should have canceled this shot program for everybody around the world, man.
Yeah, for all the kids.
One kid died. How was it still on the vaccine schedule for children? That's insane.
And think about it, this is according to their own logic. Those 25 children died to save
exactly.
grandma.
And I'm going to remind everybody this is news from NBC about the FDA announcement. This is not Dr. Drew that we're getting this information from, all right? This is news on NBC about the FDA. They're saying, yes, it's true. The COVID vaccine killed about 25 kids.
The presentation will be made to the CDC's Vaccine Advisory Committee, a development startling health officials.
I think what we're going to see is a fountain of lies, junk science, and fear-mongering.
Fear's
fountain of lies, junk science. Oh, man. Not like the fear-mongering you guys brainwashed us with for the 2 years during the lockdowns.
Or the junk science you presented during COVID. That was all junk science.
Absolutely, man. Holy cow, dude. The lies.
Based on Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s comments before he was Health and Human Services Secretary.
This is the deadliest vaccine ever made.
Listen to the voice of this man who was injured by a vaccine, dude. Like, just begging people, stop taking this shot. It's literally killing your children. Literally. Man.
Sources tell NBC the FDA's data comes from the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, or VAERS, run by the CDC. Anyone can report an event, but that doesn't mean it was caused by the vaccine, as is emphasized many times on the website. The CDC collects information to see if a pattern should be investigated. FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty McCary last week.
We're talking to the primary sources, the family members who lost the child. We're reviewing the autopsy reports.
The Vaccine Integrity Project.
Stop right there. You got to give it to Fauci. At least when he did the appearances, he did the whole show, the costume, the lab coat, the stethoscope. This guy's coming out in a fucking suit that I can't afford. And he's like, no, you need the shots. It's not hurting nobody. Hey, whoa.
The gold ring on the pinky finger. Hey.
I saw a car salesman look just like you the other day. Come on. You're a shyster.
Oh, man. Well, they're freaking out. The panic is set in motion. I think we got what we needed out of it. They're getting ahead of RFK, basically.
Putting that deadline on it was the best thing.
It really was, man.
Just let them sweat. Let them admit it,
It's really funny stuff. Not funny stuff, actually. Let me rephrase that. Their reaction is funny stuff. It's devastating news. The COVID vaccines will go down in history as the worst I told you so in the history of I told you so's by 20%.
Not just COVID.
Yes.
All of them.
Yeah.
It's terrible. The Hep B, all that, it's going to come out. We just gave all these people autism.
And the manufacturers who made billions of dollars in profits have been immune to any kind of repercussions and probably will remain immune,
For sure.
And
for sure. So sad.
Think of how disgusting Elizabeth Warren is going out there like screaming like a mad person, like a lunatic. Trying to defend Big Pharma and her profits.
After taking $800,000.
But you think about, how do you look yourself in the mirror when you know you're just collecting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, and you're murdering kids, or you're ruining families by giving debilitating autism and neurodegenerative disorders to children before they even have a chance at life, man. Crazy.
Yeah, that's like the low class.
Right. Oh,
people.
good call. Yeah, exactly. The peons and peasants, right? Yeah, the plebes.
They can deal with it. They should sacrifice.
Right.
For the not my children. Their children.
Great call, man. Absolutely.
Never forget the original anti-vaxxers were the left-wing.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Remember, Jim Carrey coming out?
Robert De Niro. He was a big-time guy, right, about 20 years ago, and now his kid's a tranny. See what happens? See what they do to you when you step out of line? Yeah, De Niro, his kid is a trans model and is apparently, very, very well known.
Did you see that
You love this chick. This is Kamala Harris's stepdaughter, right? Yes.
Stepdaughter, because there was this thing on X where she was doing a photo. She's represented by one of the top modeling agencies.
I saw an article in NPR where they're like she's considered the like greatest model right now.
One of the most beautiful, like hot. And she is literally nothing special. Literally nothing special. You wouldn't even go out of your way to ask her out. She's got like weird tattoos.
I
all
thought
over
that's
her
what
body.
separates her from the other models, actually.
There's literally nothing good about her. She's all
They're
right.
really big on her. Man, she looks like an alien of some sort. I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's not. Only gay men would think that's a beautiful woman. Like that's like the hottest.
There's a little man thing going on there. I don't know. There's something. She looks like she's a man hater. You could just see it in her face. She just has that man hating look. So
She's just not that. Don't get me wrong. You're beautiful, whatever, but not like the most beautiful model in the world.
Dude, they're saying, I saw all these articles recently how she's like top of the charts or everybody loves her. Like, yeah,
It's crazy.
She made her fashion runway in 2021. And what's funny is if you do Imhoff model, you get an article from August 21st, 2024. When they were on the cusp of the White House, Mike, and remember they were trying to change the narrative? Look, according to Time Magazine, the Doug Imhoff model of masculinity. That screams masculine, Mike.
That's
like, hey,
so
I drive a
masculine.
Subaru, I'm 3/4, I get it, all right? I'm not one to say anything, but man, I mean, you're telling us Joe Rogan is toxic and you want to be more like Doug Imhoff. That's kind of what you guys are saying.
And Tim Walz.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, so yeah, she's a model, supermodel, which is crazy. This is the same people telling us Michelle Obama, most beautiful first lady in the history of first ladies. Melania Trump, actual supermodel, complete trash and hideously ugly, right? According to their metric.
She made the top 10.
Dude.
But
Right. Exactly, man. So we're chugging along, and it was a rough week. It was hard to keep track of everything, and as we've done a good job of kind of tapping in, but I was thinking, man, this Charlie Kirk scenario really is a great distractor from all these other things. We still got that intergalactic kegger that's coming to destroy us all, right? It's going to arrive next month.
Nah, it turned out to be a comet.
It always does, and you know what? We got too ahead of the curve. I'm going to thank Alex Jones for this one. I think he got out there. He told all the patriots to spread the word. This is Project Bluebeam. They're going to fake the alien invasion with the fake Messiah.
So now it's not going to happen
because we talked about it on X, right? That's
right. Good job.
That's how the Illuminati operate, Mike. They scan X, and if too many people retweeted Alex Jones's live transmission about what they're about to do, they cancel the project. They're like, no, we reschedule. We'll do it in a decade. All right, we'll wait this generation out.
All right. We'll see how long Alex Jones can live.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah. Dude,
I was just gonna say. Alex Jones always claiming he's not controlled opposition, but like they shot a bullet through the throat of the other opposition. Maybe you might be controlled opposition. They don't seem to be taking you out, Alex Jones. The one guy who does have a powerful voice, they took him out real fucking quick, man. I mean,
Yeah, they didn't let him have a 30-year career. Try some
Alex Jones
lawsuit.
is traveling the country with his phone. He's like, I'm over here, Patriots. I'm going over to the West Coast. We're under attack. It's like, dude, I don't know, man. Like, one guy looked like he was really under attack.
And he never gets shut down. Like, don't you owe $1 billion, but you still never stop?
He has a lot of family that was in the CIA, just like Tucker Carlson, Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just
man.
like Tucker.
They always do, right? It's always.
You know what I thought was funny is they let it slip that Trump was an informant for the FBI, and then 2 days later they're like, we got we need a
dude. The Epstein thing was getting kind of hot. Massey and Ro Khanna, is that the guy's name? They've gotten 217 out of the 218 needed votes to push through a resolution to force them to release the redacted documents. So they're waiting on one guy. And I'm going to throw it out there. I can't believe I'm saying it, but Eric Swalwell signed on to get them to release the documents. So I think from his perspective, he's like anything to get the heat off of the Fang controversy. Like, actually, these are the real perverts.
I only went to the Chinese islands. I stayed away from it. I wasn't even invited.
It was him and Tim Walz hanging out with the Chinese spies, right?
Right. We would just go there to celebrate the anniversary of Tiananmen Square. I love that.
Oh, man. Yeah, we're rolling along here. But, Mike, we got a time running short. We got the docket. Is there anything that you want to scope out? The Epstein thing, though, with Kana and what's his name, they're pushing it through, but I don't think they're going to get that last vote. It seems like with everything Epstein, they get you right up to the edge, but you never can come, right? You're never actually going to, it's never going to actually happen.
You're never going to get it. Well, you don't want to be that 218th vote either. You'll
get Charlie Kirked.
You know.
Exactly, man.
Man, the one thing we have to talk about, man, the killer fog. I made fun of you for years. There was actually killer fog, but don't worry. That was in the past. They don't do anything like that nowadays. This was back in the
man,
60s.
we don't do anything like that anymore. It's true, folks. We are there. I even had the clip sent to me from Mike, believe it or not, which is really nuts. I was totally shocked. I brought it up in the last episode. Everybody get yourselves a copy of this easy read, Clouds of Secrecy by Leonard A. Cole.
Interesting read.
This story that News Nation put out last week, in this book, among many others, such as what they did in Minneapolis, and what they did in the subway in New York, and then the killer fog in San Francisco. I mean, and we had our fog today, last night into this morning. We have another fog coming on Thursday. It's been endless fog here in Colorado every single day, folks. Killer fog! Yeah!
But don't worry, it's just them experimenting
And
on the population.
It's a slow kill, Mike. You get the cancer, you die later on. You just don't get to live a fulfilling and long life, right? That's the whole...
All right, you get a little headache, little cough now, little cancer later. You're dead by 65. It works out great for
Bill Gates and his eugenics Nazis, they all celebrate off to the side, right? Yeah. All right, so here's the proof that they have been doing killer fogs or cancerous fogs or cadmium fogs, if you will. And they've been doing it since the 60s. Here's a prime example.
Basically a hazmat suit, and they had masks and goggles.
In the 1950s and 60s, in secret, the U.S. Army sprayed zinc cadmium sulfide into the air of a St. Louis housing project, a largely black neighborhood called Pruitt-Igoe.
It was a lose-lose situation for us in Pruitt-Igoe. We were subjects.
They didn't ask for our permission. We didn't ask for them to spray us. My government used me like I was a guinea pig.
The zinc cadmium sulfide, by the way, is commonly found in fluorescent bulbs, I believe, and it's a fluorescent material that is easy for them to trace the whereabouts of where these things go. So that was the whole reason. The whole basis of this is it was during the Cold War, the onset of the Cold War, and they wanted to test what Russia's capabilities could be to spray toxins on our populace. So
biological weapons. They wanted to test the spread.
So our government obviously said, well, let's just do it for them, right? We'll spread the chemicals ourselves.
And then in every court case following, they swore it was safe, but refused to release the research that said it was safe.
I've heard this before. We have the data, but we'll release it in like 75 years, right? About that time, most of you won't even care anymore, right? Sounds familiar.
Exactly.
We're standing...
But don't worry, they don't do this anymore.
This is in the past, folks. All right, come on.
In the past.
The government has learned their lesson, just like with cloning. It was immoral, so we learned, all right?
Where Pruitt-Igoe used to be here in St. Louis, and it's hard to believe more than 10,000 people used to live here. As we bring our drone up, you can see it's mostly just an empty lot now, overgrown with trees. This used to be filled with 33 high-rise buildings. It was all demolished in 1976. And according to the
9/11?
I thought it was Gaza Strip actually for a second there.
National Research Council, St. Louis was chosen for spraying experiments because it had similar characteristics to Soviet targets like Moscow in terms of population density and terrain and proximity to a river. The government now admits to a secretive series of Cold War tests, including one dubbed Large Area Coverage. More than 30 tests conducted across the U.S. and Canada, spraying zinc cadmium sulfide from...
I like how they're like, yeah, get the Canadians too. We'll see what happens to those guys. You know, like, don't tell them. A little dusting up there.
Sure, the Americans died, but we've been I mean, they were on the cusp of death anyways. Let's test it on those Canadians who've been eating Whole Foods.
It's good to know what this toxin does to these poisoned people already, but can we get some pure folk? Can we see what happens when we toxify the healthy people?
St. Louis, half their diet is Doritos. Let's see how this reacts to real humans, not the animals of America.
Folks, we are fucking farm animals to the government, man. They treat us we're freaking cattle, bro. We're a pen of pigs that they just do what they want to us, man. It's unbelievable.
Planes, rooftops, and vehicles to simulate how a biological attack might spread, all to prepare for potential warfare against the Soviets.
Many of us been in the military and had top secret clearances. We know how it works.
We have died for America. We have...
Oh, they must be some of the Tuskegee Airmen who had that syphilis epidemic. These poor fellas, Mike. The atrocities put upon these gentlemen is
fly those planes
with the syphilis. It sounds impossible. And then they were sprayed with cadmium, man. Oh man.
Bro, every time the airmen are brought up, that's all I can think about.
Those poor pilots and all that syphilis flying around, man.
I always think, how many people out there think these are pilots with syphilis?
This guy right here.
we gotta change the name. It's so difficult.
Fought for America.
You are a veteran.
I am United States Air Force veteran.
Dr. Starks, you're a veteran as well,
Yes, I am. I'm an Air Force veteran also.
Is there a sense of betrayal here?
Definitely.
They want to know if those secret tests have anything to do with what they're observing with their own eyes.
I lost my two older siblings to cancer. I lost a brother last month.
I've been diagnosed recently.
Again, that was the corn syrup and the Doritos.
I think there's some other factors involved, but yeah.
Not the little bit of air you breathed in during this
with
test.
the rare form
I'm not trying to
of
defend the
lymphoma.
government, but the government's been poisoning you.
I mean,
your whole life.
what about the nonstop chemtrails we've been inundated with since then for the last 40 years, right?
Right. No, they're poisoning you. Yeah.
I had cancer of the left kidney. Had partial removal of my left kidney.
News Nation reached out to the Army for answers. They provided a one-page response. It says the Army's own Center for Health Promotion and Preventive Medicine investigated in 1994 and found inhalation exposure would not pose a health risk.
Yeah, we checked it out 30 years ago, Mike, or 30 years after we did it.
No
risk. You guys are fine.
And when has the Army ever lied?
That's why it's a long one. And I played it to that point just because I love how they're like, no, we did a follow-up test 30 years later. Everyone's fine. Looked good to us. Checked out. No contamination. We didn't see any traces left 30 years later.
Would I spray it around my children? Absolutely not. No way.
This is how our government works, though. That's why the chemtrailing, the cloud seeding, the geoengineering, it's not insane to think that they do crazy, toxic, experimental crap over our skies, over the suburban neighborhoods, over the urban cities. They freely experiment on us, above us, and then wait to see what the results are, and then that's the experiment. We're guinea pigs, man. And then they admit, look, 50 years ago, these people were playing on the street, and they're just seeing smoke clouds come over and just like
guys in hazmat
spraying them like bugs. And they literally talk about in that interview. It's a long one. They talk about how the fog would like stick to their skin, and they would feel like itchy afterwards. So like, And then 50 years later, like, actually, we did spray it. But don't worry, we tested the results 30 years later, and we found out nothing to worry about. It's all good. Don't you worry. It's much ado about nothing, right? They're doing it now. So I assure you, 50 years from now, they're going to be like, yeah, you all have a lot of these neurodegenerative disorders because of the aluminum that not only we put in the vaccines, but we were also spraying it in the chemtrails.
Yeah, no, that's going to be you in the video. My brother, who's right. said I had. He just said I was sunburnt and I needed to stop complaining, but it was actually a chemical burn from what they were spraying.
It was actually extreme UV radiation because they were obliterating the ozone layer from all the geoengineering.
Right. My poor brother died of cancer at 40 years old.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, we'll find out years from now that's what, we were all getting sick from this crap from what they were spraying. The aluminum's going to be that's what they're going to tell us. I'm certain of it. They've already jumped the gun. That aluminum in the tile might have given some autism out there. We're not.
Imagine being an archaeologist in like 1,000 years. You're going to find this like one area of the globe that existed for like 100 years where all the bones just have aluminum, mercury. We're just infused with these heavy metals.
And I think the tranny bones are going to be the craziest ones because they'll all have the bull ring on them, right? And then they'll be like, what? But like all sorts of weird gender malfunctions and just weird stuff going on. But all of them they'll speculate like what was the meaning of the bull ring and. What came first, right? Was it the mutilation, then the bull ring, or the bull ring, then the mutilation? Like, it'll be a whole class about it in the future Harvard, right?
Dude, the septum piercing is insane.
In light of what we now know about the recent shooter with Charlie and then the Catholic school shooting and just in general what's been going on with these people, I think the rule should be if you go in and get the septum bull ring piercing, with it should come an ankle monitor bracelet. And then we just have a tracking on you at all times, and then we put a little like hole punch in your license, and you're not allowed to purchase a firearm. I think that should just be
no fire. I was gonna say no firearms. You got the septum piercing. You
in fact, I think the ankle monitor and background test should go with the blue hair dye as well. We'll do the blue hair dye, the septum piercing. You get the ankle monitor, and we're watching your online activity, and you're not allowed to buy a gun.
right. And more than 4 ironic tattoos.
Yeah, you're out. Yeah, in fact, at that point, you're on house arrest. Don't even leave the house, buddy.
Yeah. You're on the no-fly list. Yes. We can't trust you not to freak out on this plane. I'm so mad, dude. Going to Vegas, I gotta fly.
Oh, you're stepping down with the rest of us, scum, huh? We're doing the same. We're doing Southwest because it's an hour shot, so we'll be there. It's 2 hours, but you gain the hour. So, but we're bringing plenty of psychedelic drugs, and we're going to be drinking alcohols, and we'll be having a good time, so you won't even feel the jet lag. Yeah, man, that's right, folks. You heard it here first. We're going to Vegas next week, 2 weeks, couple weeks. 2
weeks.
So we're gonna have a lot of good stories to regale everyone from that, or none at all, right? What stays in Vegas, I believe, happens. That's what it is. All right, man.
Except a mass shooting, that gets out.
That also stays in Vegas. Actually, yeah, that's right. Actually, now that I think about it,
all the secrets. Yeah. It was just some rich guy with a Filipino girlfriend who decided to open fire. Dude, the story is unbelievable. Had a whole arsenal in a hotel.
Dude, and you're not allowed to talk about it. You're not allowed to question the narrative. And also, don't even mention the fact that MKB, the dude from the Saudi prince family or whatever, was there. What was that? Prince, I can't think of the guy's name. MSB. Wasn't that his name? Or something like that? I don't know.
Right. Some initials,
I think it was some weird James Bond, Jason Bourne level spy versus spy attempt to kill that Saudi prince, and I think it went wrong. And you could even, hey, for all you anti-Semites out there, Let's toss in some Mossad into the story, spice it up, make it fun. We'll do a little Mossad, little FBI, CIA, the Saudi intelligence. So I think something like that actually unfolded, and that's why nobody talks about it. But when you follow all the reports, there were like multiple shootings all over the Strip. I mean, it was like
Yeah, but that's just the echo and the
or just the Strip on a Saturday night, baby. People are having a good time, man. Yeah.
It's people not knowing. People not knowing.
It's crazy that one of the biggest mass shootings ever, but we know the least about it. And we already know the size of this guy's girlfriend's dong from the Charlie Kirk shooting. We know nothing about Thomas Crooks, who tried to kill the president. Still, literally nothing about this guy.
That is the most insane one. The apartment being
absolutely, but we know everything already about the sex life and the fact that this guy who killed Charlie Kirk was a furry lover, and he's got the train. Like, dude, we know a lot of details in like 48 hours about this guy. Nothing still a year plus after the attempted assassination of Trump. So
that's because of the Secret Service. Well, dude, we gotta do one more before we go. I'm dying to know. What is the lemon
squeeze? Yes, dude.
I gotta hear the
Holy
lemon
cow,
squeeze.
I didn't expect that one to pop in there, although I did tease you with it. Yeah, so Don Lemon's been doing his street squeezes.
Oh, yeah.
And his street squeeze. And he's been going viral, as you would expect, for all the wrong reasons, because it's Don Lemon. He thinks he has his finger on the pulse, but he definitely doesn't. And so, and also, Don Lemon's really funny. He lives in this fantasy world where he thinks he was beloved by viewers across the country, and
no, dude, I've seen it with a lot of these guys. Don Lemon doesn't understand that, like, okay, you're a gay black man, but you're also like a 50-year-old man. You're
absolutely
out of touch. You know what I mean? You're not like this cool new gay guy. You know what I mean? On CNN, like, no. You're just an old dude.
Not only that, Don Lemon, Joy Reid, Jim Acosta, all these people have been fired from these legacy media channels. We blame you for the pandemic. You are the faces of the propaganda of the lockdowns. Fuck you forever, man. Like, we'll never follow you. Yeah,
you were the tool.
Yeah, that's right.
You were the tool.
Yes, man. No, we'll never forgive you for that crap. And that's why you were... You rightfully were fired. The rest of them should be fired, and nobody should ever follow you or anything you say because you're a proven liar. I never know when you're telling the truth.
No, you're not a liar.
Oh,
you're
worse.
A whore.
Yes,
you will say anything for money. All you change your opinion based on
exactly, man. And it's amazing that Don Lemon doesn't understand until he walks down the street with a camera and live interviews people that he's reviled. People hate his guts because he's a liar, he's a whore, he's an actor, and nobody respects or likes him. And so this is what he gets and deserves and what we live for here on the Dude Man Podcast.
How you doing, sir? Can we talk to you? Where are you from? You live in New York?
Who are you?
Don Lemon.
You're a fucking moron, dude.
Thank you. So are you.
Yeah,
nice to see you.
No way.
The balls on this guy. I'm a huge fan. Just to tell him right to his face. That's how disliked Don Lemon is.
Thank you. So are you.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Nice to see you.
Except you've never heard anything I've had to say, and I've heard a whole bunch of what you've
I'm glad you watch me.
No, I don't.
Why?
You just get clipped everywhere.
I know, but why don't you? You said you don't watch me, but yet you know who I am, and I get clipped.
Before I realized.
First of all, just look at the way they're standing. This guy is clearly an alpha male. And Don Lemon is scared.
Shitless, dude. I mean, he's literally like trembling right here.
I just asked the wrong guy. And that's when he knew he had fucked up. Don't! When the guy walked right up to his face and said, "You're a fucking moron." I've seen all your shit and you're a moron.
Oh, great stuff, man.
MSNBC were full of shit. Every once in a while, I'd
What are you watching?
I watch all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but why do you say CNN and MSNBC are full of shit?
Because they lie.
But about what? Be
Everything.
specific. What's everything?
Everything.
How you doing, sir?
All right, and that's where it cuts off. Yeah, and it's
that's
glorious
so good.
for sure because Don Lemon getting a piece of what he deserves. Again, whores who lied for the machine, shilled for big pharma, and race hustled America through the last 10 years. So you know what? You deserve every moment of that, Don Lemon, and more, to be quite frank.
And you see, he picked that guy. He's like, "Hey, sir," he saw a white boomer, and he's like, "This guy's got to be my fan." You know what I mean?
That's right, man. Yeah, and maybe
so good. Fuck.
Maybe a sign that the times are changing a little bit here, and not even Don Lemon is safe. Trying to identify a boomer on the street. You know, maybe even the boomers are waking up a little here and thinking, "Hey, you know what? Enough of the bull crap here. We're moving on. We're MAGA now, baby."
Or I don't even have to be MAGA. Just that left went so crazy.
Yeah, I saw Elon tweeted out like another version. You know, remember it got a lot of waves back in the day when he did the whole chart of him like left center.
Oh, we're like the right and the left. Yeah, and then the
yes, he tweeted out another one the other day, which I thought was a little more accurate now in the world that we're living in. And let me see if I can.
Can you zoom in on it?
I obviously cannot here. No, I got it right there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so the first one, originally 2008, you got, the fellow liberal on the left, me near the left center, conservative right guy, and then left sprinting in 2012, further left, and me getting closer to the center, and conservative right guy standing pat. 2021...
No, you didn't get close. That's the whole point. You didn't get closer to the
center. The center moved, right? Oh, good call. Yes.
Because they went so far
you're staying
left.
still.
Yeah, and then 2021.
Right.
Yeah, you're
good call.
Still.
Then center moves further, and left goes further left.
And now you're right.
Right.
Without even moving, you just became right because they went
And now
so
the woke
left.
progressive on the left in 2025 has gone so much further to the left, they're now holding a rifle calling you a bigot.
Oh, now you're
the extreme right, man. Yes, exactly.
Extreme right. It's so
that's I think an accurate depiction of the way this has trended, and that's why maybe not even boomers now are welcoming a man on the street squeeze with Don Lemon himself, man. Yeah.
So
all right.
Did you see that chart that was going around of the homicide rate by black men?
No, I did not see this.
It's crazy. Dude, it's crazy. They have the homicide rate of all races. And it's like white, it literally goes like Asians are the lowest, then whites, then Hispanics, and then blacks are like well above everybody. But for like decades, all the numbers kind of stay the same with little
Yes, I did see this actually.
And then 2014, the black homicide rate skyrocketed. That was the Trayvon
Could have been my
Martin
son wearing that. Yeah.
That was like the beginning of that movement. It jumps up and then it plateaus. And it kind of stays there until 2020. And literally May 2020, you got the George Floyd. Was it March? One of those. And then from there, it just took off until 2023. And then it started to come down a little bit.
It's crazy.
It
hockey sticks, man. It like skyrockets. In 2014 specifically, I thought that was the most jarring because
George, and what's crazy is it's just saying homicide, so it's not telling you who the victim is, and most of those victims are black. So it was literally the worst thing to happen to the black communities, where the Trayvon Martin and the BLM.
There was a numbered statistic where it was on Fox News. They were showing white on black violence was like 150,000 in the last year or whatever. And that's the statistic that Ilhan Omar and AOC are always talking about when they're on the news channels. But what they never discuss is the black-on-black violence, which is 350,000 or whatever. It's like it's like
350 per thousand.
It's so much more. It's totally insane.
These policies of removing the police and doing all of that. It's white people kill white people, black people kill black people. So when you do these actions in the black community, you're just ending up with more black victims. It's hurting you. So the statistic that came out about DC, one of the reasons Trump did what he did, DC, they were saying it was like 500 individuals, were committing some 85% of the violence.
I saw something similar where it was the murder rate, and it was along the lines of in the 40 percentages centile with blacks, and then black people are also only 3% of the population. So you have something like 3% of the population committing 40% of the homicides.
Right. I think it's 3% of the black population.
I think they're only 3. I think they're
because the black men are like 6 or 7%.
Right.
And then of them, it's only a small percentage that is committing
3%.
all the murders.
And they're doing majority of. Yes.
Those 3% then become a representative of the entire 100% of the 6%.
And what we need is more social workers. We got to defund the police. And
we need more after-school
right,
programs, Frank. Got peacekeepers who are facing down 4 felonies of their own.
Yeah, just get
get
Brandon Johnson to go set up an after-school basketball game, and I think we will stop all crime going on. I saw J.B. Pritzker. He was on Jon Stewart's show, and he brought.
Oh, crazy, bro! Somebody get this man a fucking mirror. This guy just. What is going on?
He made a claim that Illinois actually improved their crime statistics, which he is correct, technically. If you go Google it, he is correct that the murder rates have dropped and all the and the crime rates have dropped, the robberies. He's able to make that claim, just like Jared Polis can do the same thing here in Colorado. What they always never say is that they stopped reporting the crimes. That's why the crime rates have dropped.
Stopped reporting the crimes after they hit peak levels in 2023. And then they decided they were going to start downgrading crimes, stop reporting crimes.
No,
it's insane. It's
absolutely
insane.
J.B. Pritzker, man.
And you're not fooling anybody. I love these interviews of all these black people on like the south side and west side of Chicago who are like, no, we want Trump to send the National Guard. Because, again, it's a very small population of young men who are ruining it for the entire
Absolutely,
neighborhood.
man. There's another Don Lemon street squeeze where he interviews this, like, Haitian immigrant black woman or something. And or she's from some other country, but legally immigrated here and black. And he specifically targeted her and asked her what she thought about Trump potentially bringing in the National Guard and military to protect the streets of New York. And she goes, I'm all for it. I think it's a great idea. She's like, everybody would love to have safer streets. And he's like, oh, doesn't bother you to see militarized people on the street? And she's like, no. She's like, it's way better to have a safe place than, I don't, if being safe means I got to see this military guy, then she's fine with it. Now, me personally, I don't like the imagery of having the military forces on the street. Personally,
but why do we have to get it to that point? Why is it at that point? That's
absolutely
my problem, right? I don't like it either. But here's my thing is I don't mind because Trump said I want to come in and take out criminals. I'm not worried because I'm not a criminal. If Trump comes in and is like, I want to take out every male, half Italian, half Polak in Chicago, now I'm worried.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're telling me you're worried, it's because you are
Great call, absolutely. But what concerns me is you normalize military in the streets, and yeah, they're there for the criminals, but what if at some point the definition of criminality changes, and then all of a sudden I'm lumped into this group of criminal?
Good call.
And at some point, kind of circling all the way back to the Kirk phenomenon and the theory that it could be Mossad and that they're trying to push this new bill through Congress to make it basically illegal to be anti-Semitic or say anti-Semitic things online. Maybe Trump getting the military on the streets, it's for the criminals, but all of a sudden, because you're anti-Jew, you're now a criminal, and we have the military on the street to drag your ass to Alligator Alcatraz down in Florida, right? Yeah. And now all of a sudden, that's what
I used to be for this until I got
now
here.
all of a sudden, you're down at Alligator Alcatraz with a bunch of MAGA people and the migrants you wanted to be down there, and now you're just, you got the gangs going now, man. It's gang warfare.
That's the worst part, is now you're outnumbered by the Venezuelans.
Exactly, dude.
Oh, you're fucked. Oh, you're
That's
fucked.
right, man.
No, I think one of the One of the scariest things I heard this week was it was a great point on Bill Maher's show. I don't know if it was Bill or Ben Shapiro, who said, I never thought if 20 years ago, if you would have told me Dave Chappelle was going to be doing comedy in Saudi Arabia and people were being arrested for tweets in the UK, I would say you're crazy. And that was such that's like where the world has come. How do you have more free speech? And now it's kind of false because they're not allowed. Nobody there is going to say anything about the prince or the royal family. You wouldn't dare, right?
Yeah, but in the UK, you can't say anything against Sharia law now.
Which is, you can't say anything about
Muhammad that's
or the
insane.
Muslims. Insane, dude. Insane. The Muslims are taking over. They're using your kindness to come into your country and take it over from inside. Look at Ilhan Omar, dude.
And
that
Minnesota
girl is pure evil.
Yes.
Pure evil.
Absolutely.
Her voice. Everything she says, her tone, it's just pure
She's
hate
anti-American.
and evil.
Ilhan Omar hates
Yes.
America. It's unreal. She was
Yes.
voted in, but go look at where she represents in her constituency. They've taken over where she's from. The Muslims have taken over that entire area, so she represents the constituents. That's what should frighten people, is people in America have taken over complete towns and counties where they believe that they should be ruled by Sharia law.
Sharia law. And the problem is you have all these white liberals who just think they're doing the right thing.
You don't be
I don't wanna be racist. I'm
Islamophobic.
gonna
Yeah,
vote for
come
the
on,
Muslim.
dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote for the Muslim. No, I like the Muslim. And then next thing you know, you're wearing the fucking
Exactly, man. Yes, it's crazy that they've welcomed this, but the UK is the craziest one, dude.
There was an Iranian lady on Kill Tony the other day, and she goes, I'm from Iran, or, woman. She covers her face. She goes, where women don't have penises. It was so killing it. It was so killing it. Dude, it was like one of the best jokes I've seen in a long time.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Totally took me
Oh,
off guard.
misdirection. That's beautiful, man. Yeah, especially anything with a lady with a dong is just so golden nowadays, man.
Then she ended it with a place where not all lives matter.
Wow.
It was so good.
Yes.
It was so good.
We're in a beautiful place now, though, where the Muslim women are ripping on woke. All right, this is good. This is a good place, and kind of jumps with that whole thing of, man, they're doing Dave Chappelle in Saudi Arabia now. So,
and just the idea that this woman came from Iran, she has to be like in her 50s. So think about what she has seen in her lifetime
call,
in Iran. Dude. She comes here and she's like, "You guys are fucked up. Your women got penises." Say what you want about this shit over there in Iran. You guys are really lost.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, it got weird here the last 4 years with Biden and the BLT sandwich stuff that culturally took over.
Imagine if Kamala won.
Oh, me too,
I always think
dude.
about that, dude. Where would we be?
That's why, and think of that bullet hitting Charlie and the 8 bullets whizzing by Trump. Divine intervention there. I'm not saying. I think from a divine intervention point, we just weren't worthy of having Charlie Kirk in our existence anymore.
Well, Charlie Kirk is actually Trump's fault, right?
Sure.
Because Trump was shot at by DEI.
Right, yes. Yeah.
And CIA.
Good
That's
call,
why they
dude.
missed. Then he came in, he got rid of all the DEI. Now they got guys that can shoot, and they hit their target.
Great call,
Charlie
dude.
Kirk.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Poor guy. If only they kept up the DEI for 6 more
You'd
months.
still be here. Yes,
Charlie
right.
probably be alive. Yeah, it would have been some fat lesbian on a slanted roof that could have. Poor guy. Fell victim.
That's right.
to his
Yeah,
own
exactly. Yeah.
success,
He paved the road to his own demise, man. That's unbelievable.
Preached against DEI. Oh. Now we got people that shoot.
No, it is crazy, though. I do think about it all the time. If Trump had not survived, or if Kamala had won and they successfully, if it wasn't too big to rig, and there's I might be wrong, but I think they're still counting votes in California right now for the 2024 election. I'm almost certain,
done.
dude.
Frank, they're on their
Yeah,
last
that's right.
basket.
She may have won the popular vote at this juncture. I'm not 100%.
Well, 400 million in California voted for her. I don't know. But mail-in voting. I love it. I love how she released the book, and she's, dude, I only had 107 days. And billions of dollars, and literally the media machine, and literally everything behind you to back you up. Don't even start with.
Yeah, nobody feels sorry for you. Number one, number two. This was a coup d'état. Let's not bury that. And number three, that billions of dollars you spent was clearly money laundering. Like they money laundered. All of that campaign financing. Yeah. Did you see some of the stuff they spent it on? The clothing, the makeup, the facials, and the spa treatments, and then they spent $100,000 to set up a fake studio for one of the podcast interviews she did. Like, it's totally
isn't that crazy? Yes,
and then $30,000 for makeup and primping and preparing for that interview. I mean, they laundered $1 billion over 106 days. That's the book. Write a book about how you successfully laundered $1 billion.
Actually, that's a book I would read.
Absolutely.
That's an achievement.
Well,
How'd
it's
you
easy.
do that? I know a guy.
You psycho.
It took him years. Gain trust.
No, I was just gonna say it's easy to launder money when you have Zelensky in Ukraine, right? Just ask anybody in the DNC. Right. They got a guy. They have him. He's over there. Don't worry. Man, it's been quiet on the Zelensky news front over the last few weeks. I gotta say, man. Even though they literally tried to do World War III, they sent drones into Poland for like 5 seconds,
which is crazy.
Really crazy, and you have to almost think it was a false flag psyop, like it almost didn't really happen because Charlie Kirk occurred and then nobody talked about it again. Like if they were really trying to get World War III, they would have pushed that. But
no, Charlie Cook was like the media saw it as a reset.
Yes.
We could reset everything, start over, new story.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Talk about this for 24 hours, and then everybody will forget about it.
And Charlie Kirk, too, was a way to get everyone back into their devices, man. I mean, it's been summertime. There's been a big movement with Gen Z and the younger kids to put the devices away. Now we're back in. We're glued, baby. Give us your propaganda. I'm ready.
Go back outside. Enjoy this beautiful weather. No global warming. No hurricanes.
Never happened. Well, they're chemtrailing here in Colorado. We got every day overcast. There's mini hurricanes just over my house, actually, every day. It's unbelievable. And I do want to tell everybody before we go out, remind your representative, if you have the time, to repeal the change or amendment they did to the Smith-Mundt Act. The Smith-Mundt Act is from 1948. It was signed by our government back then to to ban or prohibit the use of propaganda by our secret services on the American public. And then in 2013, it was overturned by our government, by our Congress and Senate, and then Obama signed it into law in 2013 to make it okay in allowing the propagandization of the American people. And how have the last 10 years been, people? How has it felt? That's how we got everything. Trayvon Martin, the rise in ridiculous racism and systemic crap and COVID and the Steele dossier and Russian disinformation. The whole last 10 years have been a complete fucking lie perpetrated on the American people by our three-letter agencies. Let's roll that crap back. Push Trump. Push your representatives. We have the momentum in the moment now. So push your people that you know. Talk about it with your family and friends. It's a divisive moment in time. People are very divided about Charlie Kirk. Let's unite over it and say, you know what? Let's prevent anything like this happening again. Let's stop allowing the government to propagandize all of us. I think we can all get behind that.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of people against. I think most of the people I talked to weren't celebrating that.
I had to
talking about how terrible it was.
I had to be a part of a multi-manager meeting to mediate a situation that unfolded between multiple employees where they were nearly at each other's throats on both sides over this. It is totally insane. The unbelievable, disgusting vitriol that I heard spewed out of a human being's mouth really still has shook me to my core. I'm like, I didn't think people had that kind of evil within them, but
and that's the difference between the two sides.
Absolutely.
Like the right wingers, the right side, they will disavow anybody that celebrates the death. That clip's going around of when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, and Trump finds out for the first time.
Yes,
and he's like, she's dead. It's like this is the first time I'm hearing about it. He's like, whoa.
Yeah,
you can like see him take a pause. This is the greatest thing that could happen to this man politically and in the moment, right? You know what I mean? And you don't even see a smirk. You just see, he goes, whoa, she was a great woman. She had a great life. This is terrible. I don't know any of the details. It's really terrible. She was a great woman. And then he walks away. And I was like, that's how you handle it. You know what I mean? I'm sure in his head he was jumping like a child. You know what I mean? Just like, I get another Supreme Court but not even a smirk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
He's just like, that's terrible.
He's a pro. He's an adult, and he knows how to handle himself. And you can't say the same about people on the left this week, unfortunately. Oh, man. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, man. Well, Mike, we crushed the show. Great stuff. We nailed the docket. It was a wild week, but we made it. We're here. We're going to launch into the next one. I want to thank everybody for hanging out, enjoying the good times, great oldies, good crowd today. D-Day, thanks for jumping in for a moment there into the chat. Not a lot to say, but I still love our number one fan there, as usual. And we will be back on Sunday. I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your week. Spread the love. Go out there and connect with somebody. Bridge the gap. Find commonality and a common ground. And just let's move forward together. Let's make this moment our 9/12 like we had 24 years ago. Right? I think we have an opportunity here as people. So I'm going to do my best.
9/11, man. It's crazy.
Never forget, but we all forgot because of Charlie Kirk, unfortunately. Yeah, we did forget. Yes.
Yeah, we forgot.
It was almost like 9/11 disappeared like dustification in the wind, Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Dust in the wind, my friend.
Dr. DJ Rodfather.
That video, hold on, dude. That video going around of the plane hitting the Pentagon is unbelievable. Just because after the explosion,
it's
there's
ridiculous.
Nothing there. You don't see a tail. You don't see anything. There's no plane rubble.
Here's my thing, too. We're in the age of AI and incredible CGI, computer graphic technology. Fake the video, create one, and just release it, and just make us feel good that something actually happened. Yeah,
have like the engine
just show
of the
something,
plane, like, fall, you know,
a passport on the grass, anything, man. Give me something to work with here, man.
It's too obvious, dude. It's not a plane that. No way did a plane.
You think they'd be able to, at this point, be like, we discovered this old footage we never saw before, and it's just a perfect image of the plane hitting the building, right?
I still love that video with the like taped on newspaper picture of a plane. It just shows up and then it's gone. It's crazy. Yeah,
that's right. Never forget 9/11, but always forget Building 7, right? That's what they always say. Yeah, don't even
look too.
Don't even think about Building 7, but never forget 9/11.
Did you see that video that came out of Building 7? The guy's walking.
It's been around for 20 years.
7. Dude, and then they stopped the video, and they're like 20 minutes after this
collapses,
video, the building collapsed.
It's totally insane,
totally
man.
Fine.
I know.
It was totally fine.
Yeah, man.
And then it just collapses at free
fall. Man, we'll
speed.
never know what was in Building 7. There was something in there. I don't know what it was, but the whole thing was just a big scheme by Lucky Larry Silverstein, who purchased the Twin Towers right before the towers dropped. He also happened to just not be there that day, and he
didn't want breakfast.
Dude,
that was the
he
one
made
day.
billions on the insurance. Billions, man. So,
2 insurance claims, 2 buildings, 2 claims. The guy fucking, oh man.
Every tragedy, and that's why I say the same with Charlie Kirk. Wait a few weeks, and we'll figure out who made a shit ton of money off of Charlie Kirk dying. And I guarantee his name is Ben Shapiro from the looks of it. I'm telling you right now, dude.
Oh, guarantee. It's talking about the bloody Mike, Frank, and the $1 million that goes along with it. Dude, did you see that comparison of the Jews that died? It was like this quick video that was like all these different disasters, like the Oklahoma City bombing, the trade towers, both times it was attacked, and it was like how many Jews worked in the building and how many were present on the
What?
Yeah. Oh.
And we're canceled, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll never be on the show again.
What's that green dot on your forehead?
Getting tight in here. It's hard to breathe. Oh man, folks, thanks again for tuning in. We'll be back next week on Sunday. I think I tried last week to just do the one episode. I'll probably do it again. We'll drop this audio, but I'm going to break it down Monday through Friday. I think we'll do 30-minute breakdowns. What do you guys think? 30-minute breakdowns? Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Like that better.
So
we're better in
I
small
agree.
doses.
I don't even like myself over an hour. Yeah, I know. I have to walk away from myself typically. So, folks, we'll break it down. You'll have nice little snippets throughout the week. We'll do clips. Want to thank everyone once again. Great crowd. Dr. DJ Rodfather going to play us out. We'll have plenty more to chat about on Sunday. Have a great rest of your week, everyone.
Old school.
Yes, man. All right. Yeah! I'm Big Lebowski, dude. Come on, man. Hell yeah. Love it.
Any task and ask for compensation, there's a little he would ask. Take a woman like you to get through to the man in me. Storm clouds are raging all around my door. I think to myself I might not take it anymore. Take a woman like your kind to find the man in me. But oh, what a wonderful feeling just to know that you are near. Sets my heart a reeling from my toes